I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Welcome back.
Episode 29.
I'm glad you're keeping track again. Finally, we finally got it.
We don't. Again, it's a
Oh yeah, I forgot
sword.
because we
Double-edged sword. We lost an ahead time, and so it's just easier to keep track of because it's been like a day since I was like working on it.
now we have to keep track.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the number a lot more often right before we record now.
Do you not just immediately erase like every week at the start of the new one, just like everything that happened last week?
No,
Gone.
No, can't do that. It's
That's how I function. I just like, that's too much info. Delete.
It's that anxiety thing. Yeah, I can't. My head doesn't let me.
I'm sorry.
I would like to. It would definitely
It's
be
nice
beneficial.
when you can just shut things off.
I'm sure.
Put things in little boxes and tuck them away and not worry about them.
All right.
It's probably not healthy, but
it is what it is. But plus 29 is cool because we're getting really cool. Like season 2, episode 30.
Yeah, we're like halfway through season 2.
Yeah, dude. Like we're
more than halfway.
We're doing great.
52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
Mathing. I did math.
I'm proud of you. Mathing. Look at Bo.
Getting better.
But yeah, so we're doing. I mean, it's just cool to see the number, know that we're doing that great. It's
right.
Like, what fucking dope.
I honestly didn't think we'd be at it this long.
I know. I'm proud.
Right.
Of us.
I was
I
figured like we'd do it for like 6 months and be like, man, we still only have like 10 subscribers.
We're here. We are, dude. Almost at 2 years. Getting pretty close.
With close to 600 now.
550 on YouTube. It's different everywhere. You know how this works. Yeah, every place is different. It's almost 500 followers on Facebook. It's 200 to 300 on Instagram.
I'm going to imagine that there's no crossover at all. So it like if we add
if you add them all, yeah, dude. If you want to,
like a huge number,
I can promise you, if you want to look at it that way, it's well over 1,000.
Yes.
If you
we
want
are
to
legion.
Yeah.
None of you are multiple subscribers or anything. You're all just complete different individuals.
On that note of us definitely just keep telling ourselves that we have a giant legion of followers.
Yeah.
We already know that you listened to last week and that you've been looking at the social media. So
yeah,
you know what we're
following.
doing.
You know what we're doing.
Now you might not be familiar with the movie.
And I would forgive you for that.
So yeah, we'll start with the movie. We're doing Big Business. This is a Bette Midler.
Classic.
Lily Tomlin. I don't know.
Question.
It's
mark?
like 5.8 out of 10 on
yeah,
IMDb. It's.
I'll give it a solid 6. I'll give it the full 6.
Bo said I'll round up.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I mean it's not worth fucking putting decimal points and making the math harder. Give it a 6. It's all right.
But yeah, so before we get too much into the movie, yeah, it's a weird choice. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Before we do that,
it's my fault.
So we don't get too carried. Well, it's both of them. I mean, we both have a connect. So yeah, Bo, go ahead and tell them the beer. That's
the
what
beer.
We're
yeah,
we
didn't
want to get too far away.
Outerbelt Brewing. Morning Commute. Second time in a row we're doing Outerbelt.
So way to go, Outerbelt.
Yeah, dude.
We enjoyed last week's. Cloverleaf was good.
There's not a lot of companies where we'll double them. I think there's only been like one or two others.
Yeah. A mirror twin.
Mirror twin.
I can't. Don't ask me to. We've done plenty of repeats. We've not done a lot of back to backs. Yeah. No. This was. Go ahead, Bo. You
want me to explain it?
Well, again, I'll back up what you gotta say. The movie choice, the obscureness of the movie. I'm here to back Bo up. The seeing this and instantly being
how it
like,
worked
that's
in my brain,
how we were getting there. That's a Bo.
All right, big business.
I'll back up the big business.
Big
selection.
business. You go to work because it's a business. Morning commute. You got to go to work. So morning commute business. Big business. That's how my fucking mind works.
So this is what I'll tell everybody. So yeah, I'll defend Bo here. We grew up. We watched a lot of this movie. A lot. Period. Done. Too much, maybe.
After watching it again, I'm like, why'd we watch this so much as kids?
Well, because we didn't have a choice. You're making it sound. This was.
We could have watched the Apple Dumpling Gang for the 900th time.
No, dude. No. At a certain point, you're just done with that, too. Come on now. You rotate through what there was. So yeah, before we get too taken away, our grandma when we were growing up just had 12
movies in the drawer.
And this was one of them, guys. This was just one of them.
And I feel like this one got played the most for some reason.
Maybe.
Yeah, like it close top 3, right?
That
like
Tony Danza one.
Yeah. Oh shit, I remember
girl.
that.
Yeah. That one got played a bunch for no reason.
It's the other Tony Danza movie where he's like a football player, garbage man.
You mentioned this one last time. I don't remember. Yeah.
It's a good one. I liked that.
But yeah, so this movie is just, it's one we have a good connection to. I didn't immediately, when Bo said it, I was just like, okay.
Sure, we'll do that.
I was like 9 to 5, and I was like, but yours is good.
Fuck Dolly Parton, Bette Midler, all the fucking way, man.
Again, we have a nostalgic connection to it. I feel like Bo had just maybe had some inkling in his head where he was like, I kind of want to revisit this. And now this gave him an excuse.
I feel like we talked about it, and I was like, I gotta watch that now.
Either way, the inchworm was there,
Here
inching
we are.
its way through his head.
This is how it happens.
But so we found maybe a bit beyond our 6 degrees.
We'll double it 12. It's 12 degrees. You got to really dig deep to find your way there.
Just once we can let it
I
slide by
don't
every now
think
and then.
anybody even drinks coffee in this fucking movie.
No, not at all.
Not even
If
like-
they do, they don't make a point.
They don't make a point
Yeah,
to tell us.
But yeah, so it is just fun. It's a fun beer, so it's good.
It's
We'll
a
have
fun
great-
movie too.
Yes, it is. So yeah, we'll get into the movie. For those that don't know,
I'm sure they don't.
I'm sure that's most people.
If you're not one of our cousins, you have no idea what the fuck's happening right now.
This is a movie that is based on a Shakespearean play. It's a comedy of errors. It's two twins, two sets of twins.
Two sets of twins.
I hate you. Gotta be
Yeah.
Even though
Two
twins,
different sets
yeah,
of twins
yeah.
from different parents. So it's not like the same parent had two twins.
Yeah, exactly. Like they are two sets of twins born at the same time.
Fuck, this is already confusing.
It is, and one's was switched. So there are two sets of identical twins born at the same time, and one gets swapped.
So then they're
From-
not identical
so
anymore. They're
They both individually get raised
fraternal twins.
fraternal
Yeah.
as one. I promise you the word is
Yeah, that's why I was like, you would know, because am I right or wrong?
fraternal. But yeah, so they just, these two sets of identical twins after swapping grow up thinking they are just sets of fraternal twins.
Yeah.
Not knowing the existence of identical persons elsewhere.
Like 700 miles away from each other. How far is West Virginia from New York?
It's pretty far.
Yeah,
It's a lot further than you'd think.
it's like
Well, I mean, dude, like think about
it's
it.
like 10 hours from here.
I was going to say, and we're only 60
yeah,
miles from
West
West Virginia, right? So it's not that.
Could you drive to New York in a day? From
You
here?
could.
I'd want to try. I don't want to try it.
No, you
But I
can.
want to know if you
You
can
can.
do it.
You can. Me and a friend drove overnight to New Jersey.
It's close enough.
Well, I mean,
It's like 10 minutes more and you're in New York.
Well, his mom, they lived close. The place that we drove to was close enough that his mom took the train into New York City to work every day. So yeah, I mean,
so
it
you're
was
like, you're
100%
definitely
right
like, I
there.
can see New York.
Oh yeah. If you were standing in the right part of that town, you could see New York. So
Very cool. I've never been.
to New York?
No. I've
It's-
never been anywhere.
I've been in New York City twice. We're getting off top. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Let's get back to what we're doing.
I'm.
Although I guess they're in New York City.
Yeah,
We're
and,
only-
and it works because I'm basically poor Sadie. I'm like, I ain't never been nowhere. I need to get out this little hick town.
But we can save some of this for when we get to New York. That's maybe the better way to
Yeah.
do this. We're gonna get too off topic now and then and then forget. But so yeah, back to the movie. Like I said, it's Shakespeare, but not. You'd never know. Bo
Yeah,
didn't
I didn't know
I
until he told me. I was like, oh, and it's not one of Shakespeare's big ones.
No,
it's
well-
not one of the big three.
Well, and once you know it's Shakespeare, though, you're like, oh,
Oh,
I
that
feel the
makes sense.
Shakespearean.
That's why it ends so fucking
It's
quick.
Shakespearean comedy style, which like again, as the title is, a comedy of errors. That's what it is. It's a comedy of errors. Like there's just constant,
It's just
like
constant
close-
misunderstandings
Oh,
and
almost.
shit.
Oh,
Oh, if only I'd have looked that way, I would have noticed her, and this movie would have ended.
Da-da-da. Yeah, pretty much.
But
Pretty
yeah,
much.
name me one person who's actually read that fucking play.
Uh,
It doesn't even get taught in high school.
no, it's definitely not a high school taught one for sure. So again, though, like we already said, this is Bette Midler, Lily Tomlin,
Fred Ward. He's the only other
Fred
big
Ward.
one.
Well, there's some other people, but again, probably not people that are gonna know the name instantly, right? Like, I mean, there's Edward Herman.
Richie Rich's dad.
Richie Rich's dad, or what?
The Dodge Caravan guy.
Richard Gilmore from the Gilmore
Yes.
Girls. He's the dad. Yeah,
I
Rich's
get
daddy.
made fun of for liking the Gilmore Girls,
Whatever,
and I don't fucking appreciate it.
It's a good show.
It is. It's
they
a
can
good show.
Suck a nut. I don't care what they want to
All
say.
my friends laughing at me. I'm like, no, it's good.
It
You
is
should-
good. It's good writing.
I guarantee it if they sat and watched it.
Yeah,
Because I was the same way. I was like, well, that show's stupid.
it's good writing.
And then I watched it. I was like, no, this is just.
Dude, the writing's funny.
Yeah,
it's
nothing
hilarious.
really, like,
the
super bad
The
happens.
banter between people is fucking great,
Yeah.
dude. The callbacks, like they'll have like a 3-season long callback joke pop up out of
The
nowhere.
hat.
Yes, dude.
Dude's hat.
I love it, dude. Again, whatever. People can judge me if you want to judge. I like good stuff.
Yeah, fuck you people. You just don't like good writing.
It went on for a lot of seasons. It got a
It's like 8, wasn't
got a
it?
15-year comeback on Netflix. Like, tell me whatever. Tell me it's not good. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I want a Sequest reboot. Completely off topic, but you
Yeah,
mentioned
well,
the
most of those
comeback.
people are gone.
Is Michael Ironside still around? We can bring him
Oh,
back.
you can do the late season. Okay,
Might as well. I mean, Roy Schreider's dead.
that's what I was.
But they
saying.
can hologram him or whatever they do now.
Oh, but
His family could get a check.
we're not doing that to Jonathan Brandis. So
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Man, we missed out something good on it. Because I've been watching it. Obviously, he's way too good an actor to be on the show.
Mhm.
Him and Roy Schreider both. I'm like, you guys need to not be
All right.
here.
On the note of people maybe too good for things, I think that's a good way to bring it
Yeah,
back.
there we go.
Originally, this movie was written for other people. I'm not trying to say they were too good. I don't know why.
I feel like one of them may have thought she was too good.
I'm just wanting to posit that I didn't read anywhere that
Okay.
that's what
We
happened.
have no.
There's no verification. I just know that the original intended people. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
who's
Maybe
never-
somebody was busy. Maybe they never reached out. You don't know. That just means that when it was written, the
Yeah,
person was
writers do
thinking,
this
yeah.
all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, I got this actor in mind when I write this."
The people in mind for the roles, so instead of being Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin, was going to be Barbara Streisand and Goldie Hawn.
Well, you can't really do the song with Goldie Hawn, but
Yeah.
we would have got a dope Kurt Russell fucking cameo. I bet.
He'd have been Rune.
Oh, definitely.
That's the
That
character.
would have been great.
His 80s character type
Yes, that
action.
would've
you know,
totally
like,
been it.
like total.
he
Think
could
of
have. He would have played it the same fucking way too. Would have been great.
yeah. Well, Big Trouble Little China. He would have been that guy, toned down a little bit for Rune.
I made somebody watch
Overboard,
that the other
which was
day.
a Goldie Hawn one anyway. He'd have been like that guy, the dude from Overboard.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We need to do
I
that
can
one
see it.
too.
Okay, back to the other people in this movie before we go off on too many more tangents. Like we've already mentioned, Edward Herman. So like I said, that's I want to also name drop because you've mentioned so many times you love these people that do Churchill and FDR. He is FDR in Annie, in the 80s Annie. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? The musical. He's the guy who plays FDR. He also did FDR in the 70s. Apparently, he is
I can see
originally
it.
the
Yeah.
quintessential FDR.
Yeah. I can
Young
see-
FDR.
You give him
in the back then he was the old. Yeah,
put him
he was
in the
young.
chair,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. He was also in Overboard. Since I mentioned it. Since I
Nice.
mentioned it,
I like how
he's-
it goes all the way around.
He was the rich boyfriend of Goldie Hawn's character or husband.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Look at that. And the Lost Boys.
White-
Now I'm done.
White hat. I
Yeah.
remember.
But yeah, and the Lost Boys. He was in the Lost. Fully round him out. The guy's been in a lot.
You're still listing off movies we need to do. Is all you
Yeah.
did.
Well, it's not going to get better because
Oh,
again,
just
we
keep going?
Well,
Okay.
we have Fred Ward in the movie playing the actual Rune instead of our Kurt Russell
Wishful
casting.
Rune.
Fred Ward though is well, there are two that people definitely know him from. Two that were going to be like the everybody Tremors
Yes.
and Tremors 2, but that's cheating. I'm not saying that's the other one you know him from.
Uncommon Valor. Come on, the Gene Hackman movie. Since
Most
we
people-
just lost Gene Hackman,
I agree with you, but I promise you, most people aren't
not gonna know
jumping
that
to
fucking
that
movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
The other one people are gonna know him from is he's Joe Dirt's dad.
I forgot that he was Joe Dirt's dad.
The funny thing is that that's the one you forgot, but that's the other one that most people are gonna be like.
To be fair, I literally like just watched that movie like
that's even
a
worse.
week ago.
Man. Yeah, but again, Fred Ward's been in a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to downplay,
great.
but those are some of the big ones, right? Like, those are the ones that everybody has seen these movies and would know that you've seen him before.
Fucking Trimmers was on like every other weekend back in the day on some channel.
Well, and on our list of weird crossover talks, we also have Michael Gross in the movie. You also will know him from Trimmers. He's the cool guy in Trimmers.
Yeah,
he's the gun guy. He's the guy that He's got the fucking
It's
wall.
Bert.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Bert
That's
Gummer.
right. Well, and he's been in more of them.
He's in almost all of
Fred
them.
Ward's been in...
I sat and watched like a whole run. My favorite
He's
ones...
in the flashback ones in the 1800s. Yes.
My favorite one's the one where they go to like Antarctica and it's very obviously filmed in like the desert, but they just blue screen the entire fucking shit
just gotta
out.
do what you gotta do, dude.
It's awesome.
But yeah,
poor actors and like winter coach sweating their asses off.
I want to say Fred Ward only did the first two. He did the big motion picture ones, but dude, Michael Gross he knows what's up. He doesn't care how cheesy they got. He said, "Sign me up."
Right? He's just like, whatever, paycheck. I get to make fucking fun gun quips and shit.
Shoot at weird puppets and stuff. Yeah, dude. Graboids. Gotta take out the graboids.
The third one,
is
the best one. I don't care what anybody says with the ass blasters.
Well, yeah, they pop out the little tiny ones on bipedal feet.
They
can see the infrared. Yes, dude. I love that one. I've probably watched that one more than the rest of them.
There's like 7 of them, so
we
could either just like one by one go through each one, or we could do like which is the best one episode.
We know maybe that's the next viewer vote on thing. Which trimmers?
Which trimmers do we do?
So Michael Grosso you will also recognize for his outside of the giant Trimmers franchise work. He's the dad in Family Ties. You know, he was Michael J. Fox's dad.
I guess.
Oh, come on now. Are we going to pretend like that's not a big thing?
It is, but it's not nearly as cool as Bert Gummer.
I'm not going to deny that. The other cool thing, again, keeping with our weird connections, he has 2. He had Fred Ward. His sister is in this movie.
Oh, is she?
Judy, the receptionist.
Oh, shit. She is.
The woman from SNL. Again, the one that I had to talk with that you
I thought she was the chick from Ace Ventura, and she's not.
No, she's way more famous.
She's way more famous than that chick.
Let's be very fair. He both thought she was the girl that threw the peanuts in Ace Ventura, right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, where he makes the penis joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty big, but I consider it carry
I just want to make sure, because again, like, very small part. There's a lot of people.
Line,
there's a lot of people that it could have been at least a couple of lines from.
She is like the receptionist at. I keep wanting to call it Miramax, and it's not right.
Miramax. That's on purpose. Yeah, that's on purpose. She.
Did Miramax make this picture by chance?
No, but it was just one of those times where everybody poked fun at different things, right? Like, you could get away with it a little bit more. Nobody was trying to sue you.
Yeah, there wasn't as many copyright shit.
But yeah, so Mary Gross is Michael Gross's actual real life sister. So it's cool in a movie about siblings like this. They're not twins. They're not twins.
If I was an actor, I'd get my siblings roles and be like, yeah, throw my brother in here.
Well, that's just it. She's the younger sibling, but she might have had the bigger career earlier, because again, she did a stint on SNL for like from 81 to 85, and Family Ties was like 84 to something, right? Like, and I
she
think
got him the job.
Maybe not. I'm not familiar enough with his earlier acting career to know.
I don't know him before Bert, so.
Well, Family Ties.
I only knew that fucking Michael J. Fox was on that. Literally, like, until you said it, I was like, oh, I did not know that.
What? It's also Justine Bateman, Jason Bateman's sister.
Don't know who that is.
Which one?
Justine Bateman.
But you know who Jason Bateman is.
Yeah, I know who Jason Bateman is.
Okay. Well, it's his sister. Again, I didn't need you to
know that.
I didn't need you to know. I wasn't telling you thinking you. If I name drop the connection she has to someone you know, I'm not saying you should. I am already aware you probably don't know the celebrity part. Yeah. I was making sure you were aware.
Like, well, of course you don't know her sister. His sister.
I was making sure that you were aware that she also has a famous connection. That's what I was. Yeah.
They're not the Cusacks, okay? So I'll just relax.
Well, they were actually the Cusacks before the Cusack. Like, I mean, at the time,
come on, man.
Because again, at the time she was on a huge sitcom and he was doing some big movies.
Yeah, I know. It's also the 80s, and I'm thinking 90s.
Yeah. Well,
But John just started in the like late 80s, didn't he?
John Cusack was 100% just 80s. He did a bunch of 80s movies. Yeah, Joan did too.
I don't want to acknowledge how far back the 80s was, okay? It makes me feel old.
It's all good, dude. In my head, it's just 20 years ago.
In my head, it wasn't that long ago. I was
20
like,
years ago.
Yeah.
But it was 40.
Shh.
Yeah,
Shut
dude.
the fuck up. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
What the hell did I just say?
Well,
It's bad enough that I like literally plucked a gray hair out of my beard before we started.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, dude.
Front and fucking center, right in front of the camera. Like, nope, you gotta
see
go.
how my hair... Everybody can enjoy this on audio. You see how my hair right here does this split?
Yeah.
It's going gray on both parts.
Just-
There's random gray hairs on both sides.
Maybe it'll look cool, like a fucking rogue or something.
I don't know. We got to get back to this.
We're way off topic.
The only other person I want to mention that's in the movie, though, so we're fine there. We're almost done. Is little baby Seth Green.
Little tiny
How-
Seth
we got. I
Green.
mean, we can't not mention.
He's Sly. It's his name in the movie. He's obsessed
No,
with fucking Sylvester
his name is
Stallone.
Jason.
No, his name is Sly.
No, I know that's what he signed the thing as. But his name is Jason.
Sly Marbo for all you Warhammer fans out there.
I do. It was a fun little thing. I'm not joking. When I was watching this for the first of my many, I watched this so many times. Not intent, like how it just kind of happens.
Watched it because I had to. Watched it again because
it was somebody else wanted
like,
to,
oh, that's cool.
and it wasn't
then
when
your
I
kids
did.
are like,
Yeah.
I want to watch
Yeah,
it, and you're like,
just
kind
kinda
of
happened.
Just put it on repeat.
Right. But so like the very first time though, when I was watching it with my wife, I literally like as soon as he popped on the screen as little kid him, I stopped it and I just looked at her and I said, "Is that Seth Green?"
Right.
Like, I mean, I didn't need anything. I just seen the face for a split second. I was like, "That's him." And she was just like, she kind of chuckled as she's looking up, like, "Oh no,
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
it is."
Better than me. I went the whole fucking movie, saw the end credits. I was like, Seth Green's in this fucking movie.
You know me, dude. That's
Second run through, I was like, yep, little redheaded kid. There he is.
I guess that is him. Yeah, no, dude. I seen the face and I was like, Seth Green.
I was laughing
Green?
too hard at the Sly because I made myself laugh with the Warhammer joke that I made to myself.
Every time.
Because Sly Marbo, all you Warhammer people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't. You keep saying it.
He's based off of Sylvester Stallone. He's literally a character in Warhammer 40K. And he is Rambo, but like cranked up to 11, and he can't die. No matter what happens, he somehow just magically comes through it. Oh, and his miniature is Sylvester Stallone, but with just like over exaggerated face.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Warhammer 40K lesson for everybody.
On that note, we got one last thing because I want to mention the director,
Yeah.
the writers. I looked this up. Neither one of them have done almost anything, and I don't even politely. Like I mean, like their actual IMDb is just very short. Like this isn't one of those like their stuff is garbage. I mean, like it's literally just like short. There's not much.
They did this movie and immediately just we're done. We peaked. We're out.
One of them's a lady. I think she got married to someone after she did this, and he also was just making stuff. So she might have still been helping. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not credited. Let's put it that way.
They did good. They should do more shit. Come back. Try again.
But yeah,
You can make a killing on Netflix with like
The-
fun B comedies.
Again, I didn't look up. I looked it up. I don't remember their names, but the other writer was a writer on the only thing of note, the only thing that you'll know for sure that he was a writer for, Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Sorry.
That one. That's the one. You were right.
I
Yeah.
like musical theater. I can't help it.
But the director of this movie is a famous director/writer. So we'll at least give him credit. Maybe he doctored some things up. You know what I'm saying? Like made the
punched
scenes
the
better
script.
in post. Yeah.
He's
like,
the reason it's a Shakespeare reference. This was a whole different script before he got hold of it.
No, obviously the two sets of
Yeah, I
twins.
I
Yeah.
was trying to give him as much credit as I could.
Well, he also isn't that kind of. He went for the schlock. So if
Yeah,
anything,
he's not that. He's like, I'm not trying to be Spielberg, man.
Yeah, well,
director after my own heart.
So yeah, this is Jim Abrams. He is again, if you know the 70s and 80s comedy, he worked with the Zucker brothers. They're the people who did Airplane and Police Squad, which is the TV show that preempted Naked Gun,
Which I found out about today.
Yeah, Leslie.
So I learned something.
It's Leslie Nielsen. It's the same. I
Yeah.
want to say it's the same guy that's his partner.
Tubi's awesome. You think it'd be on Tubi?
Probably. I've watched it somewhere. I
Yeah.
don't. So it's
Hell
on
yeah,
something.
because I love the Naked Gun movies, so I might have to watch that.
Dude. It's at least got a 1 full season, maybe 2.
Hell yeah. That's all it would need, really.
But so again, they were still there for the Naked Gun. I don't think he was necessarily involved with those, but he was. So he did Airplane and Police Squad. He also did Top Secret, which is another Zucker Brothers movie. Do you know what that movie is?
No, I don't know.
That's one we have to do. It's a 80s movie with Val Kilmer, and it's about. Yeah,
I love me some Val Kilmer.
Dude, yeah, okay.
Especially
We'll watch
80s Val Kilmer when he
It's a
was
good
like
one.
when he was like super fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
Like late state, like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Val Kilmer's still cool, but he's kind of pudgy. But he,
I'm pretty sure it's Val Kilmer, but either way, the setup is that they go to a Russian, because it's the Cold War,
Yeah.
right? They they find a Russian city that is made to look and mimic an
Like an
American
American
city.
town?
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
It's funny. It's great. It's good.
We should do Spies Like Us too. We should do like a spy month. We should do all
Real
spy
Genius.
movies.
If we're gonna do Val
That's
Kilmer,
a good one. I like
Yeah.
that one.
it's the '80s Val Kilmer for you.
The computer that wore red tennis shoes
The computer that wore tennis shoes.
or whatever. Yeah, they're red on the front cover. That's why I fucking went with it.
That's not Val Kilmer. That's
No, that's Kurt Russell, right?
Kurt Russell did the original, and fucking Kirk Cameron from Growing Pains.
Yeah, I know.
He did a '90s remake for like the Wide World of Disney.
Yeah, it was
or
like
whatever
the
for
Disney
ABC.
Channel original movie.
Well, it wouldn't have been
before
on that.
it was called that.
No, it was the ABC one. It was when ABC and Disney first started doing the like on Sunday nights, the
Yeah.
Wide World of Disney or whatever the fuck it was called. You know what I'm saying? Family television.
I remember those.
Yeah,
It was like a big fucking deal.
every summer long.
Yeah.
Every
I
Sunday.
liked the Cinderella one they did with Brandy.
Yeah, they did a lot of
That
things,
was
yeah.
good.
That was just the thing. It's family
I
oriented
think they did a
television.
Peter Pan one that was really
We're getting
good.
way off
Yeah,
topic here again.
my bad.
This all started because I said something about Val Kilmer and Top Secret, just in case people forgot.
It's because it's the
I know
the, the writer director.
No,
that's
they know.
why.
Okay. They don't need to we don't need to We're
I'm
gonna
back.
do it again.
I know
Yeah.
where we are. I know why we did all this.
After this movie, that guy did also the Hot Shots movies.
Yes.
So
there's
that's
just
Hot
so
Shots.
many. This
Hot Shots
whole
and-
episode is just what should we do next?
Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
Part two.
Yeah, I love
I love
that.
both of them.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Good Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Before
before
he
he went crazy.
Yes.
I'm all methamphetamine and tiger blood.
But he also did the movie Mafia, which again is another Leslie Nielsen
Spoof movie.
and spoof. It's it's Leslie Nielsen too, right? Like he's in that.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm positive. I remember. So again, like it's not only just that it's a spoof movie, it's literally that it's got the same guys from when he worked with the Zucker brothers. Yeah.
I mean, after a certain point, after you make so many, there has to be just a list of people you can call. Like, hey, I'm making a movie. You doing anything?
Well, and it worked. So yeah, now though we're done. We've gotten distracted enough. We've said a lot of things. We promised ourselves we weren't gonna. It was, but we promised ourselves we weren't gonna do.
I know, but
It's almost worse when we say that. When we say that, it's when it happens.
am I sabotaging? Maybe unintentionally. I don't know.
we need to get into it either way. Yeah, the movie though, it's fun. Kicks us off immediately. Big band music.
Yep.
Car barreling down some back roads.
Fuck. Is it the 40s? Like, this is a nice ass, like, 1940s fucking Cadillac.
It's the 40s or the 50s. I'm not sure what year it's supposed to be.
Rolling-
I'm not good with this.
Rolling through the dirt roads of West Virginia.
It also doesn't help they never gave us their ages of the girls when they were older. Every time they're about to, they make some kind of joke like, I know how long it's been. I know how old I am.
We're the same age. No, we're not. Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we never get the definitive that could give you I definitely know what year it was. There was no flashback on the screen to say this is what year it is.
How old was Bette Midler in 88?
See, you can't do that though. Do you know why? Lily Tomlin is 7 years older than Bette Midler.
Yeah, it's
playing her twin sister.
Hey, doesn't look it. Good job.
So yeah, but so my point is we can't do that.
Good for her.
Good,
Hell yeah.
So
keeping up with the Midler.
We'll just go with it was a pre the movie timeline by 30 to 40 years.
Yeah,
Sound
there
good to
we
you?
go. Keep it that area.
Yeah.
Bette Midler.
Which would make it...
Bette Midler suddenly in the chat. I was 25. Fuck you.
Well, again, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
I would just be stoked that Bette Midler messaged us.
Right?
I wouldn't even care what she said. I'd be like, she messaged me. Look, there she is.
But yeah, the movie doesn't even let you know that you're seeing a flashback.
Yeah, no, it's just how the
until
movie
you
fucking
see
starts.
like, because again, you can see a car like that, it being that nice, and just be like,
I have a car
doesn't
like that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're
rich.
Well, it doesn't mean that you're in the past. It could just mean that you're rich, that you have a really nicely kept nice car like that, right?
One day I will fix mine.
Well, because it was a driver driving it. You know what I mean? Like, it was a full
It's
on.
still Harlan too.
Yeah,
if you
I
paid
know.
attention, it's the same guy from later in the movie.
So again, like, you don't really get a vibe of the fact that it's pre what the rest of the movie is going to be set in until you get into the car, when they like when we actually see the people. Once you see the Sheltons, the Sheltons,
yeah, the Sheltons.
Once you see the Sheltons, you officially are like, oh, it's not today.
Nope,
This is back in the day.
It's like latest 50s, right?
Yeah, no, it's like early 50s. Like, that's what I mean when I say it's the 50s. I don't even mean like it's like 58. Like, I mean this is like 52.
Yeah,
or something.
these people clearly. He made a lot of money after the war.
Well, and
kinda guy.
she is such a stuck up.
Fuck her.
She has to be bribed for everything.
Yeah, he had to bribe her to like get to go on the trip.
In the
her
first
to have
5
the kid.
minutes, he mentions that he has to bribe her to go on the trip. He has to bribe her to have children. He has to bribe her. Like, I mean, it's out. You get very quickly that this is a marriage of convenience.
Later, he has to bribe her for the names. He's like, "I'll buy you a tiara if you name him this."
What kind of gemstones?
What color are they?
Yeah,
I guess we can name him.
So again,
she looks so familiar. I swear it's the chick who played like Miss Scarlet in Clue.
it is.
Is it?
I think
Yes.
so. It's Deborah Rush.
Got it.
She is definitely famous. She's another one of those people you've 100% seen her in a lot of things.
I write that the fuck down because I am usually wrong. Bam.
But yeah, so she is very famous.
Nice.
Good job. But
She didn't have black hair. It threw me off a little bit. For a second, I thought she was chick from Beetlejuice, but I was like, no, that's not right.
No, that would have been wrong.
Yeah,
That would have been wrong.
I'm glad I second guessed myself.
Yeah. So while driving, she goes into labor.
She just hits a bump and she's like, oh, something's wrong.
Well, and
again, immediately starts freaking out.
She already barely tolerates her husband.
Yeah.
And as soon as she was into full on like labor, she was just like fucking super intolerant of
fuck
him.
everything I hate.
Like, I hate you. This is your fault. It was your decision to go on a trip when I
Right.
was 40 weeks pregnant into Bumsville, West Virginia, or whatever she kept saying.
He's like,
right?
I don't even think this is where we're supposed to be. We're lost. I loved Harlan though. He just turns around. He's like, sounds like the kid wants off at the next stop.
He's like, yeah, but now we gotta figure out what the next stop is, right? And that's the part.
Yeah,
He pulls over. He stops because he
at a gas station house,
car garage, corner
three-story
store,
farmhouse,
drugstore. Not
Little bit-
drugstore. Definitely not that. But grocery maybe.
Yeah, definitely like a grocery.
And he was definitely a mechanic.
Yeah, because he had like
Grease
and tools in his pocket
and a wrench.
Yeah, he
He's
was
holding the wrench.
He was doing
right?
the whole like wipe his hand thing.
Well, like he's like the wrench is like
yeah.
yeah. So
Where's the hospital? About 40 miles.
you're
that way.
not even doing justice to how slow this motherfucker talked. Look, we're in the country. I edit our stuff. I edit it at double speed, and sometimes I forget.
And again,
and I'll
we're
stop
like 60 miles from West Virginia too.
And but still, dude, still, this is outrageously slow. This is, I would shoot myself. And we hear people talk slow here.
Yeah, Jesus.
This guy was painful. It was painful. It hurt my soul. Well, he's so slow.
I reckon.
He's so slow that when he tells him the first time, what's the first town?
It's like 45 minutes away.
Well,
or something.
It's also a J town, but it's not Jupiter Crossing.
Yep.
But yeah, the first town is like is a real one. I found that out too. So Jupiter Crossing, fake, made up. Whatever town he told them to go to
was a real one.
Small town. Yeah.
Was it Huntington by chance?
Because it's a small town.
Yeah, I know how to get to Huntington though. And there's a hospital there. I know for a fact.
Well, again, the point was that it was going to be a small hospital either way they went, because they were in the middle of BFE.
Dude, they were on dirt roads, not even gravel roads. I mean, we still got gravel roads around here, but fuck, that was just dirt.
Yeah. But so he tells them the one's 45 minutes away, and the guy's like, that's just not going to cut it. And he's like, well, there is another one.
But you ain't going to be able to get in there. Whatever, fuck you, I'm going.
No, that's just it. They didn't even stick around to hear that you won't be able to get in.
He just heard
said
it was like
another
3
one,
miles
Jupiter
away.
Crossing 3 miles, and the guy said, perfect. Hopped in the car, gone, and then he spits out but you ain't gonna be able to get in there.
2 seconds later, his wife just comes out, calm as you could.
Well,
whatever your name is, it's time.
Of course she was calm. Did you see how many
it's
kids?
Like the ninth.
There were so many
like
kids.
The end of the movie, they actually give us a number. There's like 10 other siblings.
I was gonna say, because literally, if you look outside when that scene is happening, there's at least 3 or 4 in the yard.
One.
She's holding one, and there's 3 or 4 playing in the yard. And we see later, just to skip ahead, those are younger. They're younger siblings that see them off.
Yeah,
because they're
it's
clearly
like, so
younger.
Kept going. Daddy reproduced till he died.
It's outrageous the number of kids in this family. So she was old hat at this point, dude. She didn't even
kind of gives us the bad name down here in the South, but whatever.
Well, whatever.
All our women's barefoot and pregnant.
Well, no, they were just really religious, dude. So they didn't believe in contraception.
Catholic, got it.
Could be. You never know. Yeah, they definitely hop in the car and start driving, and we get a montage of the 2 different drives, right?
Yeah.
Like Harlan is mad dashing.
Yeah, and one bitch is freaking the fuck out. Just
cut back to the Ratliffs again.
Yeah,
that's
the
Ratliffs.
Ratliffs.
Make sure we got the Sheltons and the Ratliffs.
She's waving at people. Hi, how's your mama?
I'm
good.
I'm going to hospital.
All right, you be good now. All right, we'll tell you about it all when we get back.
I love that, dude. But then we finally get to see the hospital, and we get to know why the dude said you can't
go in
Well, because
there.
again, it's a weird thing to say.
It is.
Without them telling us, right?
I think this is illegal now, but it was actually a thing back then. Like a company could have like their own clinic.
Well, yeah, no, 100%, dude. Like if it's the 40s or the 50s, it's the same era as a mining town.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna go work at the company store.
Well, that's exactly what it is, dude. So what they were definitely implying.
16 ton. What do you get?
Yeah, they were definitely implying that despite this being a furniture store, the way it was working is that this is a company town the same way a mining town is a company town. It's the company hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Jupiter Crossing is just a town that only exists
because there's a factory there.
Because the Hollow made furniture company,
furniture factory.
Yeah, furniture factory is there. And this hospital is only for Hollow Made employees.
And the doctor is not very good.
I don't know.
The doctor seems fine. He just seems kind of like...
The doctor is competent.
Yeah.
I won't say good.
Competent.
He's competent.
But it doesn't seem like he really wants to be there. And his nurse is way too old to be doing her job.
Well, again, I doubt he's delivering a ton of babies.
Yeah. It's probably mostly like, I crushed my hand in a press at the factory.
Yep. Exactly.
This
That's what
piece
it's
of wood
usually.
shot out of the saw, hit me in the face.
At a time where you can't do much, right? Like at a time where he basically just slapped some gauze
Yep.
on it and said, "Let's hope for the best."
Salt tablet, walk it off.
So again, like his job was normally pretty easy in the grand scheme of things. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Delivering a baby, he had to work. And this dude shows up, they show up, pull out, and he just runs inside. I need you to deliver this baby.
The company thing, you'll have to go talk to whatever his name is who owns the place.
Mr. Stokes,
Yeah.
the owner of the Hollow Made Furniture Company,
Oh,
lives right next door.
really?
That gray house right
Bet.
there.
Hold the fuck on. I'll be right goddamn back.
I love that he lives next door.
Yeah,
It was a big ass house, though. Did you see
Yeah,
it?
This is nice. Comes back 2 seconds later, just be like, so this is the new owner. He just bought the place.
No, I love Mr. Stokes. He just runs in. He's like, "All right, so just so you
whatever
know,
they need.
not me no more. It's this guy. I'm done. Dunzo."
The wife's just like, I hope you're ready, scrub butt. Your new owner's about to have a baby.
So good, dude. Your new boss.
Your new boss.
She really rubbed it in because she's the type, right?
Yeah,
You could
she
tell.
would. Even though she technically doesn't own shit, she's
Yeah.
gonna walk around
Well,
the
and
office.
she's definitely not the boss, the manager, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean, like that's one of those. Unless you're the type of owner who is actively working, you don't get to say that.
Yeah, you're just
You're the-
married into it. Bitch, calm down.
But yeah, so we get to see that right behind them as they rush through the hospital, freaking
Frantic. Here
was
come the rat
Mr.
lifts, just like it's like they're going to church.
out. No, and
they just pop in like, well,
he
guess
walks
what?
in. He's like again, he doesn't have a hat, but it's like totally like hat in hand, like bowed head.
sheepish, like, well,
Doc, I think you know.
we did it again.
Weeze's here.
He's just like, oh fuck, I gotta do 2 of them.
Now, before we go further, we glanced over a thing that I think needs to be brought up because she is the cause
It
for.
sets up her whole character.
She causes the next problem, and I feel like it's a scene that got cut that really set up how dumb. Well, not dumb. How much
they
of
cut
a
this short.
yeah.
They had to. There has to be more to this.
Right before everybody came running into the hospital, she had a brief moment with the doctor. The doctor, she's bringing everybody their apple juice.
Yep. Snack time. And
So
there was
like-
one guy who was given a urine sample.
She walks. Well, the urine sample guy sits the urine sample down in front of the doctor, and then she brings the apple juice and sits the apple juice down. Thankfully, the doctor is not the one who had the
I
mix-up.
thought he was for a second.
I did too. But then the doctor tells her, "Please take that."
Yeah, take that down to the lab.
She puts it on the apple juice tray. We don't see it, but I promise you.
She walks into a room, and that's like the last we see of. But you know, somebody drank that apple
especially
juice.
with what she does right now. So we've already mentioned this is about baby swapping.
Yep.
She's the baby swapper.
Yep. She fucks it up.
So if she swapped the babies, then we can definitely believe that she swapped a glass of
Piss
apple
for
juice,
apple juice.
right? We can totally.
Especially since the babies all have different hair color. Whoever did the baby casting was great. You got blonde babies and brunette babies.
Well, we let's get through the babies real fast. So the way this worked is we had one one set of parents on the room on the left.
Yeah.
One set on the room on the right.
Poor Doc's having to go back and forth.
And so he goes. The Shelton's on the left.
Yep.
Shelton has baby number 1.
All right, fine, totally.
But then before there's a baby number 2, or even that there's knowledge of baby number 2.
Yep.
Let's
He thinks he's
acknowledge
done.
that. Yeah. Well, and so did she. She didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Did you
She
hear
was
her
surprised.
in the background? She's like, something's stuck in
Yeah.
here.
So again, baby number 1 born there.
Yep.
But then Ratliff baby number 1 born.
Yep.
Right.
All right,
And
cool.
Separate beds. Fine. Good. Ratliff baby number 2 born.
All right, there's twins. Awesome.
Nurse is bringing out baby number 2, and in the kerfuffle of finding out that there is a baby number 2 in the Shelton's
This is where
room.
we get it's stuck.
Yeah. She keeps going back and forth with the baby until she comes back and puts it in the wrong bed.
Wrong one.
And so then we've got now
One from
Shelton,
each set.
yeah,
Swapped
swapped
around?
around because she's stupid, or she's something. She's something.
She started to put her in the right one and then stops and then's like, what the hell? And then goes and puts her in the wrong
Yes,
one.
I know. The other thing I want to say, since we're on the topic of 2 twins and the one woman not knowing, neither one of these ladies looked like they had twins, period, let alone twins of these size. These were big babies.
Probably actually like 1-year-olds or something
They
for
were,
like
I promise,
filming purpose, but fuck, those were some big babies.
those are some big old babies, son.
Those were getting cut out. There was no squeezing these 10-pound monsters out, man.
No, not if you had 2 of them.
No, you're definitely having to go in with the knife and extract these things.
This is the part though where we get to see the doctor walk into the waiting room.
Well, you both have twins. I hope it's what you wanted.
I hope you was both ready.
Rich
ready
dad,
for big
the
families.
Rich dad's like, oh, this is great. Poor dad. Damn.
You said 2 more
Fuck.
at once?
And they're both girls? Son of a bitch.
I can't put neither one to work?
Okay, you're right. Ain't nobody ever gonna help me in that damn field.
It was very different reactions. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was kind of surprised the rich dad was cool with it. Really. It's still from a time where the rich dad could have been like, fuck girls.
Fuck girls, really? Yeah, I kind of expected it the other way around.
Especially with a wife like he had.
Yeah.
Not to be that person. But I mean, she was a lot.
Yeah.
So he could have
It's
easily been like,
they're gonna be
I'm
just
surrounded.
like her mom.
They're circling me.
I'm outnumbered everywhere I go. I just want to leave.
But he was very excited. I'll give
He's
him
super
a
happy
lot of props for it. He was so excited he ran to the room.
I would have been like other dude. I'd have been like, oh shit.
He ran to the room because he was excited, right? He was like, I know what I want to name him.
I had the names ready. I want to name him after his aunts.
Rose and Sadie. She is, like we already mentioned, her reaction was just like, I need more.
Yeah.
Give me more.
What do you want?
If you want that, you got to give me something.
Fucking giant the tiara of fucking Victoria.
Yeah,
You
whatever.
know, like-
it was nuts. The fact that she had to get a tiara, period, dude.
The gem of Bangladesh. I will implant it into your skull.
She says, fine. I guess we'll go with Rose and Sadie. She really hated Sadie.
She's like,
she really hated Sadie.
It's such a common name.
Makes it even funnier that the one that's genetically hers is the one that's Sadie, right?
Sadie.
It's so funny. Like the name she hated the most ends
one
up
that's
being
actually her
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
But Farmer John, or whatever his name
perfect that you can see him right at the very end, right when she's saying the name. It's the last time he's standing in the hallway, like,
oh,
all
I
right,
like that. Those are good names.
No, look, Bo. It's not even that he liked that and he thought they were good names.
Give the man some
I
credit
know you are,
because
but
he seems he's such a dick.
The poor guy was 100. Mr. Ratliff was 100% just like, man, I wasn't ready to name any more kids, let alone 2 at once.
Right.
Fuck me.
Fuck, I got
2
nothing.
names? 2 names? I don't
There
got to
we
think
go.
of it.
That'll work. I'll never see these people again. I'll rip their names
That's
off.
what happened, man. That's what happened.
I wanted to make him a nicer person.
No. That's not what they wanted for the character. Dude, I 100% they wrote
Because
it.
he's like, I don't like kids. I feel like it's okay to tell the internet that, probably not. But I don't like kids, so I feel like I would have kind of a similar reaction to having kids. But I'd be a little nicer than this
But
guy.
remember, he's like this not because he hates having kids, dude. He's like this because he's already had 2 men.
I guess, but still, man,
You're-
a little enthusiasm.
Well, I agree, but it's different.
He just
I'm
comes,
not defending him. I'm the one that's got kids. I didn't react that way. I'm just saying, like,
he just comes in.
I'm just making sure you understand his look at it is different than your look, because his
Yeah.
look is just like, I got 12. I don't need 14.
They're gonna be skinny as fuck. I can't feed any
Yeah.
of these things.
Yeah, his is very different, but he definitely is very burnt out. That's the main takeaway. He's burnt out.
The shitty duck sculpture he hands this poor woman
No,
after
she loved it.
But come on, it looked so bad.
She loved it.
It looked like he hacked it out of with
was-
a hatchet, just chop.
It's a duck made out of wood. It'll float. Leave him alone. It's pretty cool.
Didn't even know what she was talking about when she asked, like, well, what do you want to name it? He's like, it's just a duck.
Oh, them.
Then
Rose and Sadie.
pulls it out of his ass. Like, that's fine.
She just goes, those
are purty. Poor woman. I feel bad for her.
Now, let's stop right now to address the insanity of this, right? The chances that 2 twins are born at exactly the same time.
Yep.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Both sets are identical. Crazier.
Even crazier.
The fact that one set of parents didn't have names ready,
And just ripped off the
And
other
stole the
fucking
names.
set.
even more insane, right?
Yeah.
And the craziest, the most insane part of all of it, the insane chances that when they both name these children these names,
Or the
that
same
they
for
pick
each-
they
Yes.
pick the genetic same one to have
Right.
the same name.
Both sets of Bette Midler are Sadie. Both sets of Lily Tomlin are Rose.
Because we could easily have had it to where
the other way around.
once they figure out who they really are, they could have had
Yeah.
not an identical name,
right.
relation.
And then they could have just like swapped back.
right?
Right.
No.
Like, oh, you're
no.
actually my
now
sister.
if they want to swap back with the last names,
It's Rose
now
and Rose, Sadie and Sadie.
right now it's so fucked up. That's so funny.
They did it on purpose, so you can't do that. That's
well,
why
they did it on purpose because the comedy of errors doesn't work, right? Like it doesn't work if people could quickly figure it out because they're like, "Hey, Rose," and she goes, "No, that's my sister."
Yeah, it's hers. I'm Rose too.
Right. Well, no, like the Rose and Sadie, like because again, like if they had the names flopped, right?
Yeah.
Then the first time the mixed up people, the hotel wouldn't work because right, Rune would walk up and he would see Rose, but he would say Sadie because her name would have been the opposite.
Yeah. And be like,
She would
that's
instantly-
not my name.
Yeah, she instantly would have been like,
Know who the fuck you're talking about.
"That's my sister. Do you need me to go get
Yeah,
my
You've
sister?"
been confused for a second, and she'd be like, "No, seriously, my name's..." And then
Yeah.
my sister's name's Sadie.
End of movie, right? Like
right?
it would have
Movie's
wrapped
over.
Would have wrapped up too soon.
Episode of TV would have been a good 30 minutes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Right? Because that's when Rune shows up, about 30, 45 minutes of the movie.
But so again, the naming has to be the same. But I'm just saying the amazing coincidences that would get you there
Yeah.
is
Only
crazy.
stuff that can happen in movies, right?
Real life. It happened one time in real life. I don't know about the names. I don't know if the names
I
happen.
want to think that the names actually... exactly the
I
same.
can tell you that
right?
almost every other aspect. So in one time in real life, I found in research, I found this out that that did happen.
Right.
That there were two identical twins, and they were flopped, and they grew up thinking they were fraternal twins. I want to even say that one was affluent and one was
One was poor.
not poor, but you know what I'm saying. Because again, they're not necessarily poor. They're just country, right? Like I mean,
I mean, she's like the foreman of the factory,
Right?
so she's making at least...
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
So they're
good
not
money.
poor. They're not poor. They're just
Just
country.
a
They just live in the country.
It's a tiny
It's a
West
tiny town,
Virginia
yeah,
town
yeah.
that for some reason still seems like it's like 1950.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not poor.
Yeah, but they're not poor.
But yeah, so at this point though, we can go ahead and deal with this. They grow up. We're good,
Yeah,
right?
they
We're good
grow
here. At this point in the future, we get to zoom in on Moramax.
Moramax.
the company.
Not Miramax.
Not it's Moramax.
an O.
Yes, Moramax. Well, and they also don't make movies.
Yeah, they just buy and
They're
sell
companies
shit?
that own other companies.
Yeah, it's
right.
just
Like
one of
they're like
those.
yeah. They're a conglomerate. Isn't that what it is? Somebody like the company that owns other
Sounds
things.
right.
But
We'll go with it.
they own other companies, and those companies do things. Lord knows whatever the fuck
They
original
yeah, what the
Shelton,
original-
what Mr. Shelton did. I don't know.
What his original thing was. Maybe he made toothpicks. Oop, we'll never know.
But at this point, they just own a lot of companies that make a lot of different things. One of them still being Hollow Maid. They still own Hollow Maid, right?
Sadie don't like that though.
No, that's the very beginning
whole
of the movie.
point of it.
Is we literally get to zoom in on her going to work, and her plan for the day is to
To
put forth
convince
a
the
motion
board to get rid of that.
She's done with it.
It's just costing us money or blood. Fuck it.
No, she just wants to make money though. Like again, whatever she says in the beginning, is a lie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just those are things she's telling her sister to try to make her sister believe.
Oh yeah, she lies her ass off.
Yeah,
She's like,
that's what
"Oh,
I'm
the
saying.
new buyer's gonna keep the company running."
We're jumping the
under
gun.
New
We're jumping the gun
management."
because I want to talk about when Rose shows up the first time. Sadie shows up and it's just like a normal day of work. Well, it's not even no normal
Everybody's
day of work.
afraid of
They're
her.
afraid of her. She calls one woman a blood clot.
I liked
A
her
period
dress.
blood clot.
I liked her dress. It looked good.
What are we dressing up like? Period blood?
Is that
now?
how we dress for work? You look like a period blood clot. It's like, what the fuck? No, that extra, no lines, but her acting was great. She dead stared that bitch all the way down the hallway and then walked off in a huff if you watch her in
Yeah.
the background.
But my favorite entrance was Lily Tomlin with the dog.
With the dog?
God damn it, dude. She walks out the
found a
door.
dog.
I found a dog. I think I'm gonna name him Duke.
Always wanted to name a dog Duke.
And then it takes off.
Up in the elevator.
Dude, her scream, I thought the dog was hurt.
I did too. I thought it was the dog yelping, but it's her.
Yeah, it's her screaming.
Oh my god! Help! Security! Somebody do something! Oh
He's
my god!
dead.
Duke, he's dead! And
Judy. I got you. I got your back, man.
She's back there behind the guy. She's like, just push the button. It'll be fine. He'll come right back down.
Door opens right when she says it. See?
Yeah, he's fine. The dog's pissed.
No, the dog's reaction was so priceless, especially for being a found dog.
Yeah.
This is not her dog. This is not a dog that knows the woman that just...
You think he does, right? It's just like, she's like, I'm so sorry. It's just like...
And runs to Judy. Judy's like, I'll take him. As the dog's like, no, Judy, I told you.
I deserve that.
Judy was like... Judy thought she was in charge. The dog told her already. The dog was like, no, fuck that. I told you, Judy.
Right.
You're not in charge. I was done with her. You looked like a good replacement. I'm taking you. Right?
Fucking
dude.
She's missing like a shoe and shit.
So this is so funny because one of the things I found out about Lily Tomlin in this portrayal of this character
of Rich Rose.
Is that how you did it too?
Yeah, that's how I wrote it. I wrote Rich Rose, Poor Rose,
Fuck,
Rich
dude,
Sadie, Poor Sadie.
I'm glad that we both did that. That's how I did it too.
Top.
Yeah.
Yo, bam.
That's how I did it. Yeah. So that's how I said. I was like, but Rich Rose, when she does Rich Rose, because Rich Rose is out of the four, the most airheaded,
yeah,
right?
She's very ditzy.
And so to play this character, she would, before the scene started, spin in circles really, really fast.
Fuck.
And then they would call action and she would stop. And so that way she would have the weird flighty movements.
I want that behind the scene footage. I just want just her just doing like 10 spins.
Well, and it's
action.
Well, and it's perfection too, because like think about it, like even if you've memorized lines, it's gonna cause the disorientation of where you see her, because she does sometimes. She does these like weird stumbles where she's like,
where the fuck? What am I doing?
I promise you, those are real. Like that's not written in. It's because she got dizzy and it was hard for her to concentrate.
Better than bashing your head up against the wall before each
take. I love seeing stuff like that. And again, like, then finding it out and then actually watching and being like,
oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I see what they were doing. Perfect.
And it works great. It does what it does. She nailed the performance.
Yeah, because
her two
roses are the most fucking different.
They're way better. I love Bette.
Bette's southern accent is terrible.
It's not great, and she slips out of it a lot. And then the fact that those two characters are just naturally more alike.
Yeah.
Than
because they're both like super into New York.
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
Two Roses are a little. They are naturally different. Like their personalities are just naturally different. Yeah. So I mean,
one's meek and sweet and cute. One's just a fucking powerhouse force of nature. Get out of my damn way.
While the meeting is going on inside, like all of this is built up for the meeting, right?
Yeah, the board meeting
where we get the first little bit of
her lying her ass off.
Yeah, well, and she, she's telling everybody, like, look, it's for the good of the town too.
Yeah,
everything gets to stay the same.
In on it, they're so supportive.
Everybody gets to do what they do.
Great.
It's all perfect.
The new owners are gonna keep the factory running.
It's all good.
It's gonna be fine. Cut to the people in fucking Jupiter Hollow being like, "Fuck them New Yorkers." Say we're gonna raise money and go and raise some hell. Woo! Go see the two-headed cow.
No, listen. The way we get the introduction to Jupiter Crossing being this weird fucking farm festival was so like they leaned in hard on the stereotype they wanted.
I'm just saying, I've been to West Virginia. It don't look like that. They have paved roads.
Well, now I'm not even going about that. I just mean literally this festival. Because again, like, it's stereotypical, but that one's real. I've been to places that do all of the same contests.
Yeah.
The greased pig.
Yeah, pig.
Someone dancing on a stage, singing a fucking song.
Sargon Festival.
But yeah, so at this point, though, we're seeing Jupiter Hollow. We're really getting deep down with the what's going on here, right? And so again, we get to meet the poor Rose and the poor Sadie. Poor Rose... Maybe not as poor as we all like to say, though, right? Because again, she's the foreman.
Seems at least.
Well, we get told immediately. Yeah. Immediately, before we even see her, we know she's the foreman. The dude's like, "Let me introduce you to this woman, and she's the foreman, and she's this, and then they pan to Rose, and you're like, "Oh, all right,
there she is. Well, she must be important."
Well, and this Rose, again, immediately sets up the difference, right?
Yeah.
The last Rose, meek, quiet,
kind of ditzy,
scared, ditzy. didn't care about this company,
Yeah,
blah
didn't-
blah blah blah. This one, strong, independent, doesn't need
Very
nobody else.
organized. Like she set this whole thing
Brought up like can rally a crowd behind her, and you know what I mean, like
fiery orator.
this,
right?
It's so different.
Could do a speech.
So real quick again, and this is like, I guess it doesn't matter in a movie like this to jump the gun, but so like just. To me, the movie kept setting up like this weird thing where it's like, is this genetic? Is it because of the location? Because her family's from here. Is she thriving because that's
where
that's the environment that her family would have been?
Yeah, this is where she's supposed to be.
Well,
so
and
she's
again,
just like,
and so that
good.
means that the other Rose doesn't thrive because she's not meant to be there.
Could be.
I don't know. They do it a lot.
I mean, she does like late, like at the very end, be like, "I hate fucking New York."
No, she doesn't. She's either already done it or she does it soon. She does one where she laments all the things that she wishes she could have, and they're all things that are not in New York. Remember? And then she's already done it.
Her boyfriend broke up with her.
Yeah, she already did it.
Because she was like, I wanted the White House and the picket fence and
ducks,
maybe a goat.
Yeah, and I want to chop things. You know how good I am at chopping
I'm good at chop. Whoa, wait a minute. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, and then so immediately after where we're at right now, so yeah, we see the new Rose, the poor Rose, is down here in Jupiter Hollow, and she's rallying the troops, so to speak, and she uses her sister to help rally the troops. Of course, Bette Midler is in a movie, or she's Barbara Streisand, like who it would originally been. You're gonna have a song. You're
gonna get a song.
So we get a fucking song number.
It's all right.
It's okay.
A little yodel.
Fun. I will say, 1988 or 87, whatever this movie is, Bette Midler had a set of fucking legs on her.
She did
you see? I was like, damn, I wasn't ready for that. Especially with as much as she hides and like makes fun of herself for being heavy set the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, no, in this movie, you're pretty good.
I was like, you're being too hard on yourself.
She's got that huge rack and shit.
She was being way too hard.
Hollywood we would just call her thick now. That's it. That's all she is.
Hollywood was being too hard on her.
Fuck yeah, man.
But yeah, so like,
love Bette Midler.
She totally this Rose just is just total opposite. She uses all of these things to her advantage. She's got her sister raising the money.
She would actually probably be a very good businesswoman if we switched her back with the other Sadie. They would probably get along pretty good.
But maybe not, because again, maybe she's thriving because of the location. That's what we were just saying. Yeah. You never know.
Well, if it's not.
But so once the song's over, we get this Sadie give us the same, like the inverse of that speech. Right, like she's like, I think I'd thrive in the city,
guys.
In this place,
I'm so bored here, and then she gets hit on by the dude that's like pig wrestling,
grease pig, contest. Yeah. Oh wait, we almost forgot our favorite. Well, again, this character, this Rose is my favorite Lily Tomlin of the two Rose. Like again, like if we're gonna talk about our favorite set of twins and our favorite this and our favorite, my favorite out of the four is this Rose. Poor Rose. Poor Rose is my favorite of the four characters, right? The snake.
The snake shit.
The rattlesnake.
We're going to out-snake them dirty New Yorkers.
She's always got the
little rat.
She's got the, she wears her bracelet that she uses to be a rattle, dude.
I wish I had something so I could do it.
We almost forgot that. And it comes back a few times. But I love it every time, dude.
There's one part she's having a nightmare and she still does it.
It's such a little character thing quirk that she made. Dude, I love it, dude. I love the random little. I feel like she did it too, like right? Like
that definitely.
They put her in her bracelet, and the first day she was just like, oh, it's so funny. They are raising money at this festival. I guess to get back on track, it's to send Rose
to New York to talk to Moramax to stop them from destroying the town by selling the factory.
And that's great. That's good. That's what they need to do.
I know a lot of Lifetime movies that have the same concept.
And then her, like we already said, her and poor Sadie have the conversation about, Sadie being like, I just don't think this place is right for me. I think I'd do better in a city. And then she invites her sister to the city.
All you need is some purpose. Now, why don't you come with me to New York to do all this fixing?
And she agrees.
And all she heard was go to New York.
Yeah, she was good.
That was it.
But then she immediately says, but what about Rune? And we get to meet Rune. I want to say to you, Rune lives in Jupiter Hollow, right?
Yep.
and everybody in Jupiter Hollow knew that that's what the contest was, or I mean, what the event was about, raising money.
Send her to New York. Nobody told this guy. Was that like a town conspiracy? Nobody tell Rune
the immediate
now.
Conversation,
He's gonna get upset.
Right? The immediate conversation was,
"What are you going to tell Rune about us going
to New York?" Was that not confusing?
A little bit. I was like, he's so obsessed with his mini golf tournament.
Look, no. Not even golf. I hate jumping ahead, but I want to say this right now because, again, having not watched this movie for 20 fucking years, everything in it was a shock. It was like watching it new, right?
I forgot all about this whole point about his character.
Well, no. So the first time we see him, he is coaching some little kid in mini golf, and he makes a shot, and he's like, and then we hear it's a tournament, and that's why she didn't want to tell him, because he was like, "You can't ruin my tournament. I was worried that they'd send you off in the middle of it." Again, that was my shock moment of like, how does he not know?
Yeah.
That's why everybody is where he's at.
The mayor's like 2 feet away from you. He literally just did a speech about it.
But can we address the fact that later on when they bring it up again, it's ESPN. It's a big competition.
They have like a whole fucking like announce team.
I wasn't ready for that.
The British announcer who does like the quiet golf announcing, like Mr. Rune has come to the 39th
I know
hole.
we're jumping ahead.
The windmill is,
but I just have to.
Constant folly of his career.
I was not ready for
how seriously they took it later.
Well, just the fact that it was that. Again, he talks about it like it's a local
thing.
Like it's part of that day's.
Jimmy down at the bar is doing a mini golf tournament. Well, no, I win free beer.
Well, it's part of the festival.
Or the festival. Yeah,
there's literally a grease pig contest. You would tell me they might not do a mini golf contest?
That's true.
I did not, for any part of me, think he was saying he was on national television.
He's a fucking pro mini golfer.
I did not.
Is that a thing? Can I get in on this? I'll be a pro mini golfer. Mini golf rules, dude.
Maybe in 1988.
We need to bring it back.
I was definitely just not ready for
New YouTube channel, Kentucky Fried Mini Golf.
But yeah, so he is worried. He pulls out the ring. He's trying to get engaged.
I love the ring so much.
I got it from Golf Pro magazine.
It's not just a golf ball. It's a shrunk down golf ball. I saw it in Golf Pro magazine. It's a process that they use. It's special.
This man, dude,
I'll replace it with a diamond as soon as I win this tournament.
She's just like,
she is not about
no,
it.
you keep that. We'll talk later. She still does not tell him. She does not tell him.
No. Just kind of hugs him like, oh, I don't know what to do.
And she goes home, and literally her sister, not even just Sadie, the other sisters. We can hear the other sisters in the house. What do you mean you didn't tell him? What are you going to do about it? Well, I guess I'm just going to go.
Just going to go and not worry about it. That's future Rose's problem.
It's not a me issue anymore.
Right? It's not a me problem right now.
Now we get to go back to the board meeting. This is the part where Rich Rose really starts to put together that her sister and the company are not what she expects. Well, because
the baddies.
Well, we've heard mention of the Santas.
Yeah, the protesting Santas from last year.
We hear it both in Jupiter Crossing and then immediately again in the boardroom.
One of the board members is like, "Now we can't have that again. Like that made us look really fucking bad."
People in town are going to be really upset about this deal if things aren't on the up and up. So this is lie number one. Again, this is our we're using our omnipotent. We know how this ends, and we know that it's a lie because technically. It's over halfway through the movie before you find out she's lying to anybody.
It's not till Italian dude gives him the contract.
Yeah, it's way into it. There are hints, but there's no actual like knowledge of it.
It's right? Like, oh shit, that's what you're doing? You're an asshole.
So again, right now she just tells everybody, no, everything's fine. Literally, Fabio wants to buy the company,
keep it running.
He's going to let the same management, all the same employees. They're going to make the same amount. They're not trying to
should mean that Rose would still have her job.
Oh, 100%, because she's not even upper management.
Yeah, she's just like a floor foreman,
right?
Those are the best guys if you work in a warehouse.
Well, they're the ones looking out for you. They're the ones that fight for you with
because they were one of you once.
They're the middleman who knows what it's like to be on. They're not the upper level middleman, because there's two sets of middlemen.
Rodney, my dude over at Family Dollar back in the day. Good guy.
But yeah, so the during this process though of talking, you can just see like the wheels in Rich Rose's head start processing. She's like,
Yeah, she's even got like the packet of papers, and she's like
reading through it.
like,
she's like, I don't know. Are you sure?
So you promise that that's what's gonna happen?
You know that they're all okay with it.
Totally. Don't
okay.
trust me.
If you say so,
would I lie to you?
If you
I'm
say
your
so.
sister.
I guess. All right. I guess.
Yay, she bought it. It's inside her head.
I know.
Right? You know.
I'm telling you right now, I was not okay with this.
I wouldn't either. She's totally willing to lie about everything.
Dude, she's such a dirty human being. Now it's time for everybody to start traveling, though, right?
Yep.
Well, they talk about the meeting. So again,
they're going to meet the Italian guy at the airport. Right?
Let's stop right now. We need to address this. Everybody, we know. First off, most of you probably won't watch this movie, haven't watched this movie, so you don't even know how bad this is. We know we're going to be doing some of this out of order, but it's not out of story order. It's just out of like framing.
Yeah, there's a lot of cut back and forth between the two.
Too much to try to go back and forth. So we're just trying to make sure you get the broad strokes here.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point though, now that you know that we're going to be hitting some broad strokes from time to time, or that things might be out of order for what you see in the movie, it will still be in order for story. Like we're not jumping ahead on what's happening. Just maybe the visual.
Skip to the end. They all live happily ever after.
We're done. Oops. Done.
Bye, everyone.
But so Graham, this is after the meeting's over. We see Graham. He's bashing Rose Ratliff, not the poor Rose, right?
The poor Rose,
because he doesn't even know it's her, right? He's like, R. Ratliff. He thinks it's the guy.
She's going to come up to New York City and raise some hell. Or he doesn't even know it's a girl yet.
Yeah, he thinks it's a guy. He's convinced because of the language used that it's a guy. Keeps threatening me in all this colorful language and stuff.
I have tried to be nice. I've sent him so many nice letters.
But he's just not having it. Says he's coming up. And so now we get this moment where Rich Sadie's like, look, you got to take care of that. Yep. Squash it. We don't want that. Put it down.
Don't need them coming up here right
We're
going to
go to the airport because we got to go meet Fabio because he's coming into town, and we agreed we'd meet him there, and we'd make sure this deal gets done.
Italians love meaningless signs of respect.
Yeah. That personal connection, right? You got to have it there.
Just basically go kiss their ass. They love that.
At the same time, we see leaving Jupiter Hollow, Sadie,
poor Sadie and Rose,
the other Sadie and Rose, and they're talking about literally Sadie. Poor Sadie is like, I'm not coming back. Nope. She's like, don't tell sis.
Yep, don't tell anybody else. I'm out.
And she's like, literally, I was pretty surprised with how good poor Rose.
Yeah, she didn't really react to it.
Poor Rose was just like, I guess you've never really taken to it here.
Yeah.
And that's what she said, right? She was just like, you never really did fit in.
I'll let you go.
So
I expected more of a,
no, she was
shut the hell up. No,
she
you
was
ain't.
totally good with it. Totally good. They
That's
hop in this truck.
I guess.
Who is this guy? Is this
the mayor? This fat, like fucking haystack Calhoun fucking mayor they have?
Drives them, what was days to get to an airport, right? Days.
Did you notice they drove past the strip mine?
Yes. No, because the music changes.
Tiny bit of foreshadowing there.
You can literally, it's playing more of her yodel song. And then transitions into transitions into the smog music from fucking Fern Gully or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this is bad. These are evil people.
I love that fucking movie.
Well, but you get what I'm saying.
We need to do Fern Gully. Fucking some Tim Curry, baby, as the goo.
But yeah, fracking. They're doing some fracking.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing.
Well, that is what they're doing. Those 100% that type of mining. It was just before that was the terminology used for it.
My dad was a strip miner for a little while.
He
set the electronics for the blasting capes and blew.
That's hardly the same.
It's hardly the same.
Well, I mean, you're still there.
Yeah,
you're still mining. I don't mean I mean like we don't have to make him feel guilty about fracking. That's what I didn't mean in like he wasn't doing hard work. Yeah. I felt like clarifying because I wasn't trying to I was meaning like we don't need to judge him because fracking is like we don't want that. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad for places. Yeah.
My dad just blew up mountainsides. That was cool.
I was just saying we can let him be guilt free. That's what I was saying.
I think him and Dwayne seriously did it for like a month or something.
See,
And
maybe they had
and we're like, man, fuck this, I'm
See,
out.
there
Like,
you
I
go.
feel like they did not do it for very long.
But yeah, it's still that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
we can relate to that one. That is a locally like held problem. It is
Yeah,
an
we're
issue.
in the
It is a
coal
thing.
belt.
We're in an
around
area where
here.
people do shit like this and cause slag to go into water streams,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we get it. We get why Jupiter Hollow does not want these people
that in
to buy
town.
in.
Like, if it happened around here, we'd be like,
Bo
nope,
is right.
fuck
This
you.
is foreshadowing, but as we already mentioned, foreshadowing this not mentioned until over halfway through the movie.
Yeah, dude.
That
forever.
technically Fabio is the guy who owns this company.
Yeah, the one that we just drove past.
Yeah, the fracking
Yeah.
company. Because he is the one that wants to do
takes
this.
forever for us to even
Oh,
get to
we
that.
never know. I fully went
Yeah,
into
you kind of have to just kind of piece that together, that he's the one that owns the
Oh
company.
yeah,
we
no,
just
they
drove
never
past.
outright tell you that. Like 100%, you just have to assume. Oh, the reason he wants their
It's
property.
okay. By the end of the movie, we like him. He's just
No, I don't.
He's just handsome Italian man.
I never liked that guy.
But they're gonna go party on their yacht.
But so yeah, so now we get to go see the airport. This is great. I love that we don't see them take off. We don't see them in the plane. We
Nope.
just see them land
At
in New
the
York
airport.
at the airport, getting lost in the confusion.
Rose, stay with me. Oh my God.
During this, we get the setup for our first error
Our
of who
our
people
gag,
are, right?
right?
Because we see Fabio looking at the numbers. I love that they put their picture in
Yeah.
the corporate numbers, right? That
It's right
was so
there.
crazy.
Big, huge, full page
so
spread.
So he's looking, he's like, that's what they look like. And so
Ah.
you see it and you're like, I know what's happening. I know what's about to happen.
He's
here.
already going to be like, oh, there they are.
And again, they even set up for a moment where you're like, oh, I was wrong. Because right after he sees that, you see the real ones show up. Well, not real, the rich ones.
The rich ones.
You see the rich ones, the Sheltons. When they're together, I guess we can.
Yeah, we can call them the Sheltons.
But when the Sheltons show up, you're like, oh, I was wrong. He's gonna find the right ones now. No, we get to see them show up just so that way we can see just how comical it is for him to not find them.
He
Right?
kind of
Like,
walks past them because they're like looking at the board like, ah, damn, his flight's
came
early.
early.
And he just like walks through the background.
no, this is my favorite. I wonder what he looks like. So okay, there is some light racism in this movie. I wonder how it looks like. An Italian. You can find
it's
him.
positive racism. She went and asked everybody in an Armani suit. All Italians are rich.
No, but then we get the moment where it's like double down Uno reverse racism, where she starts asking the old guy she thought was Italian in Italian.
If
he
you
knows
damn
something.
foreigners, I don't understand what you're saying.
Uno reverse, right?
I forgot about that. That was pretty funny. And it's from like nice rich
Yes,
Rose. She's
yes.
just like so sweet, just like.
And that guy was so mad. Yeah.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
She's like desperately trying to remember sophomore Italian class. Right?
It was such a nice touch, right?
It was
so nice. Yeah. So we see outside though the poor the Ratliffs. We keep saying
the poor.
We're mean.
The
We're
middle
mean.
class. They're middle class. I mean, fuck, I'm poor.
We see the Ratliff twins outside,
There we
right?
go.
And then when they get outside, Fabio shows up, totally confusing the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Because he's talking to them like, you know who I am. I'm the
Yeah.
business person. But they wouldn't have known what he looked like either. Like he did kind of walk up in a
Weird way, just hi.
right. But it is made worse because he does start mentioning parts of the deal, and they're like, man.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
know. I don't
and
know what that
Rose
is,
is like,
sure.
you must be like from Miramax.
No,
He's like, you're
no.
like a plant.
Graham sent you to try to sweet talk us, right?
This handsome Italian to try and
I-
swoon me.
I love the way she gets about everything.
Everything.
She literally she tells her thought to Sadie, and Sadie is just like, well, how would they even know we're here?
Microchips, they have their ways.
I love that today. That's just the truth.
Yeah, that's
but
just
when
real.
she said that, it was like she's a conspiracy
Right
nut.
in the 80s. I'm like, no, now definitely it's like, yeah.
No, now it's just
my phone.
Now it's a microchip in your
Yeah,
phone.
that's
And
why
it's
they knew where I
definitely doing
was.
that, right? Yeah, no, it's so
Fuck, I told them where I was. I posted my location.
it's so funny. Little bit of time makes all the difference, right? Shades that joke differently. But
Be a normal statement now, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Just
you
like,
just-
yeah, microchips.
that's
how
how
they
she
knew.
did it, yeah.
That's how they knew where I was.
But so they get reluctantly into the limo because right when Fabio starts talking to him, the limo pulls up. This is so funny because they've got to be so confused, right? Like are they like, did he bring the limo?
Or is the limo, were they watching me? You know, Rose
Yeah,
is just like,
she definitely
they
thought
were
that.
they've had cameras and they probably bugged my fucking house.
But literally Sadie says, I don't care what the fuck you think. We're
I'm
doing
getting
this.
in this. I am going to feel like Joan Collins for once in my life, and you're not going to stop
my
me.
Joan Collins moment. Fuck you very much.
When they get in it, she keeps trying to open the skylight window thing.
Well, and then even with the skylight, then Harlan comes over, like he shuts the. Do you want the air conditioning on?
I don't know.
Again, such a luxury in 1988.
Yeah, the 80s.
They were air conditioning in a car, and everybody was just like,
that was a selling point. Remember, they'd be in commercials with air conditioning.
Dude, literally, poor Rose is like, don't turn that
it.
on. Don't do that.
Gets worse. The phone rings.
No, Fabio cracked me up because Fabio was just like, because he's from Italy. He's like, look, it's hot.
This is nothing.
I don't need it.
Have you ever been to Sicily?
Right.
This is nothing.
If you think you need it, you guys do. I don't care.
I'm from the Mediterranean. This ain't shit.
Good, right? Like, I loved his reaction to it. He was just like,
it's like, what's hot in New York? 80?
No, it can get pretty hot, dude. I was there.
Oh yeah, concrete.
When I was in New York City, one of the two times, it was 98 degrees, 117 with the heat index.
Sorry, I can't hear.
I know.
I can't hear 98 degrees.
But that's what it was. 98 degrees, 118 with the heat index. So it was hot.
It's like Backstreet Boys, but if you bought them off wish list.
And that was, I can tell you, that was literally the 4th of July. That was the actual day.
I never get to go do cool things.
I mean, I didn't watch the fireworks there.
I always seemed like, even when I go places, I don't end up in a big city. I still somehow end up in the country. I've been all the way to California, but in the Sierra Nevada mountains, where there was like no people. How do I do that?
It just happens, dude.
I want to go to a big city and have a good time. I want to go to Chicago.
That's
Chicago
not that far.
fun?
Yeah, I've not been to Chicago.
Let's go to Chicago.
All right, let's get back in this. Yeah, they get in the car. Oh, we almost forgot the best part. When they drive off in the car.
Oh yeah, the other two come out and they're like, Harlan, what the fuck? Where are you going?
Could you imagine from their perspective how fucked up that is?
I'd fire that guy.
Well, that Harlan drives off with the person they're trying to get to, but they think it's just him driving off with that guy, but not them.
Just Fabio. They're just like, why is he just, what the fuck? I'd fire him. I mean, he's been working for him their whole life. So I would chew him the fuck out. No snacky cakes for you when we get home.
Once they get to the hotel, this is when major confusion starts to happen, right? This is when they should have figured something out.
Yeah,
right?
Something was up.
The Ratliff should have been able to be like, whoa.
We don't have a room here.
But like, they start to say it, and the dude's just like, just come on.
Yeah.
He doesn't even give him a chance to really explain. He's just like, just come on.
Come on.
They were supposed to be saying at the Y.
Come on.
I love that they were going to be saying at the Y. I love that, dude. YMCA.
I like the fucking
YMCA.
The hotel manager laughs at that too. He's like, we should cancel our
he was
rooms
like,
at the Y. He's just like, oh, you. How gauche.
But yeah, so when they get in, he gets taken to his room. They get taken
to the
Shelton's room.
Yeah.
Because the people they recognize them as the Sheltons.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh shit, let's take you to your room.
Those aren't our bags. I liked that. She's like, those aren't ours.
Nope, not at all.
I don't know what the fuck those are.
But you know what happened, right?
Yeah, it was their original, the Shelton's actual bags.
Because they were just in the trunk of Harlan's car.
So he had them sit
He had both sets of luggage.
That poor busboy. That's why he looks so pissed when he gets the $1 tip from fucking Sadie, because she's like, keep the change. Because she loves that.
He'd already brought 2 sets of bags.
No, he's like, I just brought these the fuck up here.
Yeah, dude, 2 sets of bags. Because he brought their real bags, and then he brought the Shelton's bags, and the Shelton's bags weren't real, so then he had to take those back downstairs. Yep. Yeah, that guy worked
hard.
Poor
fucking guy. And it got $1.
Yeah.
I mean, even in 1980 something, that's still nothing.
Yeah, at this point though, things really start. This is where it escalates, right? This is where the bulk really starts to happen.
Yeah.
Everything else was built up to now.
We're at the hotel now. This is where we stay for the rest of the movie.
80% of the movie is in this hotel, right? Like, so we are finally where it needs to be.
Yep.
We're comedy of errors full on at this point.
Rich Sadie and Rose had to hoof it subway to the...
No, they took a cab.
Oh, yeah, I did. They got kicked out because Rose is honest. She's like, we've only got like $2.
I don't believe that Rich Sadie ever would have sat in the cab.
No.
So I had a problem with that from...
And there wasn't already a subway fucking like depot close to where they were. Bullshit.
No, yeah, you're right. They had to hoof it. And they get to the hotel.
They're like Harlem, too. They like run.
Dude, they are so pissed when they get to the hotel.
And dirty. How'd they get so dirty? It's like they got beat up.
Well, because they're not used to walking, so they just don't know.
They're not used to riding the subway. Like, you're just sitting.
They had to spray perfume on the...
The poor homeless lady there.
Who said the perfume stunk?
Yeah, $3,000 perfume. She's like, P.U. Shit. What the fuck?
Well, dude, I mean, again, if you're not used to walking and you don't know how to walk, then you know, like if you're always in air conditioning, heat feels even worse, right?
I mean, I get not having like your heels on because they were carrying it. It's like, but like, where'd the dirt and grime come from?
Dude, this is 80s New York City.
Oh, yeah.
This is pre-cleanup. Yeah. You don't see a whole lot of it until when Rune shows up.
This is Giuliani's fucking New York.
No, Giuliani did some of the cleanup.
Giuliani?
Yeah, Giuliani did some of the cleanup.
Apologies.
But yeah, this is when it was still like porn shops down Times Square.
When Times Square was cool.
Well, when Rune shows up, dude, like that's why.
Yeah, it's all just like porn fucking.
Yeah, because that's
fucking the hookers.
That's not a joke. That's just what it looked like back then. Yeah.
We missed out, man. Back when New York had like that grime on it. It's real.
But yeah, so they have to walk through all of that. That's why they're dirty. Yeah. But when they show up, they are pissed. They are like, "What do you mean you gave my room away?" Dude's like, "I don't even know if I did." I love that response.
I don't know if I did I?
He's looking right at him like, "Are you sure?"
Because I think I put you in a room a minute ago.
And they're just so mad. He's like, "All right, I'm fixing it.
Whatever."
There's a room right next to it.
I work in a hotel. That's what you do. You just fix it.
There's a room right next to it. I'll give it to you. It's yours now.
Yep.
This could never work in a day where computers are managing shit.
No.
This only works because there's paper books at this place, right? The fact that they literally at this point now, because at no point do they ever have the rat lift. We find out later, specifically. The rat lift name is nowhere on the books.
Nope.
It's just
Shelton's.
that the Shelton's name are on 2 rooms side by side.
Somebody would have caught that. Why'd we double book a room here?
Why are they right beside each other?
Right? Like what is this? Are we charging one person twice?
Well, that's the beauty here. They would, because it was on Moramax's bill. It wasn't on their personal bill. It was company.
Why do you need 2 rooms? I'm doing weird shit. Leave me alone.
We decided that we each need a double bedroom for ourselves, okay?
I personally don't want to watch my sister have sex, okay?
I'm done looking at Rose and her personal life.
Right.
Something, right? You never know.
You all don't know this, but my sweet, innocent sister is a little bit of a freak. That's how it always goes. It's always the nice one, right?
Once they get there and it's time for them to get to their room. Again, the comedy of errors of it all, right? Like the fact that we are not just the name of the, but because that's what's happening. They are literally side by side.
They do the thing where like one will walk out and like another one will walk out like 2 seconds later and just miss them at the elevator.
It's always the Sadies.
Yeah, it's always the Sadies. They just miss each other all the time.
I don't think in the whole movie is there a Rose near miss.
I don't think so.
There's only a Sadie near miss several times. Like, it's always like, hey, we almost see each other. Including this very first one.
Yeah, the elevator.
The elevator, exactly. She's like, the one's like, I think I want to take a look around.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
I've never seen this city.
So
I want to do this. And so the one's like, do we even know why the rich Sadie is? She wasn't gonna leave the hotel. What was she about to do?
I don't remember.
Just have dinner, maybe. Because that's what she ends up doing.
Needed a fucking drink. Yeah. She's done with sweet innocent Rose.
But so the poor Sadie walks outside.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm gonna walk, dude. Harlan, I want to see.
I want to see this. I can't believe you're gonna do that. And she does the fucking
Bette's little strut to show off to him. Yes, no, her little thing. I was like, that's perfect. That's the perfect response. Again, she doesn't know. Yeah. To Harlan, he's still like, the fucking sarcasm from this bitch. She knows she doesn't walk anywhere, right?
She ain't never walked more than 20 feet in her life.
It was a lot of fun. It was too much fun. But she gets to have her moment, right? I think let's focus on her, then we'll deal with
where
the
she
rest
goes
of
on
them.
her little adventure.
Because hers is the montage, so let's really focus on it.
She's having a great time.
It's just her
going through
darting around the
in
city.
New York. She's window shopping. She gets a little smoke from the fucking gay dude in the window.
I will say right now, she doesn't really have a perfect day.
No.
There's some problems, but she is just optimistic enough that she's still just like, city life is for me.
Every time she tries to get a cab, somebody snatches it from her until one time she sees somebody just get a cab and she goes up and snatches it from him.
She decks him.
Yeah, just puts him on the fucking ground. He smiled.
Respect. He looked at her with respect.
She figured it out.
It was a nice touch.
It was. I liked that.
She bought the sneakers. That was the thing that got the dude.
The dude was like, "Why are you walking around in heels? What's wrong with you?"
She just goes like, "What do you think now?" Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Now you got it. Go, girl.
She's figuring out the city. She figured it out.
Yeah.
The point is supposed to be to let us see that again. She was a country bumpkin. She thought she would never fit in a city, but she figures it out like that. Why? Genetics.
Within an hour.
Genetics. She should have figured it out.
An hour.
Right?
She's got it.
They're wanting us to think that. Right,
she's so old hat. She's singing with the Rastafarians out with the steel drums
while she's on her tour of the city montage. Poor Rose. I'm trying to get them all confused now. Too many names. Too many of the sames.
Too many of the same people.
Right. Poor Rose goes on her montage of "Let's Be a Spy." Right?
I love it. She dresses up like a maid. She's like hiding propaganda. Like, no, dude, fuck more Max. She is stamping the napkins and shit.
It's guerrilla protesting.
Yes.
Right? That's what it is. Like, I love this.
Awesome.
Dude. It's so perfect. Yeah, stamping it on the napkins, dude. What
you
the
see
fuck?
him every time you see a napkin from that point on in the hotel, it's got that fucking shit on it.
It was so perfect, dude. I loved again, like I said, my favorite character. That one, Lily Tomlin doing that one. Yeah. The poor Rose. Best character ever, dude. At this point, we've seen several times of the two Sadies noticing this fucking dress. I only point this out because
the pink polka dot dress.
The movie does it so many times. They both have walked past it, commented on it, stared at it.
It's one of the first, when they first get to the hotel, it's in the background if you pay attention. It's like there, in almost every shot.
It's there a lot of times without anybody acknowledging it. That's the thing.
Over there.
Yeah. This dress.
The single most important thing in the entire movie is this pink dress. But it's not.
No. It's not at all.
Right?
While she, let's see, so as she does that, we've dealt with the dress. I'm trying to think about the characters and what we need to talk about, right?
Because there's so much of that in this movie. It just keeps cutting back and forth, right?
Rich Sadie runs into Fabio.
Yeah, fine. And
that's what we need to address.
He hits on her in the elevator. Yes. She has no idea who he is at first.
Yep.
And then hotel manager guy, I guess, is like, no, Fabio's that dude over there. You were just being an asshole to. And she's like, fuck. He probably thinks I'm insane. And the hotel manager guy is just kind of like, well, I do. The look on his face. He's just like, yeah, I'm getting that because he's dealt with both versions of her so far. He's like, yeah, I think you're nuts. You keep flashing from hyper bitch to super nice.
That being said, the desk manager reads
everything as a flirt.
Way wrong.
Literally everything.
Anything
wrong. That is said to this guy, the poor desk clerk guy, I guess is just so fucking lonely. A girl talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Sadie is like, oh well, I bet you work here all the time. You should you should see the view from the top. And he's just like, I don't get to do that. She's like, oh, you should sometimes. She's just being nice to him. And then Rich Sadie is being an asshole to him.
And he still acts
and he's still just like, yeah, she wants me. I am so in. It's like C plot.
Yeah.
This is not important. This is
but it happens. We gotta address it.
Punched in the face later.
Not too much further, because again, most of this movie takes place in like 2 days. It's like 48 hours. Stops really.
The only person who leaves the hotel is poor Sadie. And for 10 minutes.
And again, we've already dealt with it. She's already back.
She's back.
She comes back. Let's see. Do we don't even deal...
Oh, she went to FAO Toys and ran into...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was
ran
about to
into
say...
Seth Green and the dad.
Which is weird.
It is.
The weirdest relationship ever. Ties up the kid. This kid's
like,
got to be like, why is my mom doing this?
Yeah, because he thinks it's his mom, but she like ties him up. It's like, you're a little hell child. What the hell's wrong with you?
Kind of flirts with the dad, which again, he's like, you hate me.
Yeah.
We hate each other. I hate you.
Why are you like kind of apologizing for being a bad mom now?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It sets up what we need because we need to see them together later.
Yeah, because
right?
like at the end, everybody finally pairs up with each dude they're supposed to.
Well, and right now the only one that's paired up is the shitty people.
Yeah.
It's Fabio and Rich Sadie.
They're the happiest though.
Well, they have their date and we hear it, right? Like that's what's going on while all this is happening. Their date and they flirt with each other with nasty, horrible shit, money laundering,
everything that comes out of Fabio's
hostile
mouth.
takeover of a company, and
they have the same money launderer.
Yes, dude. Like it's horrible. These two,
and like everything that comes out of Fabio's mouth is like an innuendo. He's like, we shall go to the bedroom and I shall impale you on my, stack of stocks or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah, so we don't see... That's what I was just about to get, though. During that night, we don't see Rich Rose, right? That first night. It's only montages of those three, right? Yeah. Because Rich Rose, again, she doesn't have a lot going on yet.
No, I think the only thing that happens is she gets told to go help Chuck and Graham find the rat lifts in a phone call. Like, that's it. Stop eating the eclair.
Yes.
And then she pops the whole thing in her mouth like, fuck you, I'm going to eat it.
While all of this crazy stuff was going on with the sisters, we do have one cutaway that has nothing to do with any of them. Rune at the ESPN. Rune. Getting fed up when he finds out from their younger sisters who had showed up to support him.
Yeah, that's great.
He leaves the middle of the competition, man.
I love the fucking announcers so much, though. It's so fucking every golf tournament you ever skipped past when you were a kid. There's like the really low talking like this. Everything has to be a whisper.
Yeah, he is. He gets fed up.
Yeah, she's in New York. She didn't know what to tell you, and he just walks off.
He said, "Fine, I'm done." Everybody, what's he doing? Is he leaving?
He jumps on a plane. He's gonna go find his lady.
Rightfully so.
Which is kind of sweet.
It's gonna take him a while to get there, which is great.
A little psychotic, but kind of sweet.
Gives us the day to get ready for him, right? Yeah. Everybody wakes up. Second day, what do we need to do? Well, they need to finally make it down to the poor ones. The Ratliffs.
Yeah.
And not even both of them, because it ends up still just being Rose, because she's really the one that needs to have the meeting.
Yeah.
She's on her way to more, Max, right? I love...
She just let her in, too.
Dude, no,
right?
I love when she gets in there and she starts demanding stuff of Joy. Joy is just like...
Okay.
Looking at her like, okay, Rose.
Like, what?
She's like, she needs to talk to Graham. She's like, where's his office?
Over there?
Where it always is? Well, no, she doesn't even say over there. She
like
says it's where it always is. And she goes, oh, you're some big help. She says something. She said, how's Duke? How do you know about my dog?
You people are awfully well informed.
Knowing about my dog. I guess you guys really do your research.
She goes through the rest of the office. Like,
wait,
like, hi, Rose.
My question to you is, again, with the weird genetic, are they saying there's a genetic disposition to want to name a dog Duke?
Yes.
Because...
Definitive. I'm just going with it.
Well, that's what...
Yeah, no, it totally does.
She has a dog named Duke. And the other Rose
just found a dog and was like, I always wanted to name it Duke.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. That's not real.
It's all genetics, man.
Or is it twin telepathy?
Oh, we didn't even think of that. The twin empathy.
The plot thickens. Yeah, it's something.
That's what it is.
No, we get one of my favorite lines in the fucking whole movie right now is she's walking through and everybody's saying hi to her. Hey Rose, how's it going? And she fucking hits them with the well, I just had breakfast, but I guess you guys already knew that. Got my Tuesday panties on too, but I'm sure you already know that too.
Everybody's just like, what the hell? Like, okay.
I fucking die, dude. That's so
that
funny, man.
in my notes.
Got my Tuesday
panties on, but you already knew that one, didn't you?
Man, dude, she runs straight up to Graham and Chuck. Both of them very confused because she's
she's
boss bitch.
Yeah,
mode.
like she's like, what? Nice Rose does not usually talk to them this way.
Well, Nice Rose doesn't know anything about the company.
Yeah,
Nice Rose doesn't care about the company, and Nice Rose is nice and does not talk to them like this. And she came up and was like, "Bitch ass motherfuckers."
we're not. If you're gonna sell the company, you have to give me assurances that it's gonna be this way.
I need
and
this.
blah,
I need
blah.
this. I need this. You're gonna give me this. Have you talked to your sister? Is
Of
she on board with
course.
this? Of course she is. Perfect comedy, perfect joke, right?
Is a frog's ass watertight?
Yes, because her sister is right. Her
Yes.
sister is on board. She did not lie.
Not once. That's why this movie works.
It's again.
It's a solid 6. I'm telling you, it's a
solid
solid 6.
But yes, it's so funny. Again, it's a little comedy, right?
Right.
And so I love Graham and Chuck just look at each other like, "Fuck,
Cool.
we don't got to do no work."
We're done. Where are we going to dinner tonight, man?
Because they were about to have to travel.
They were
ready
about to go do all
look.
kinds of
Yeah,
shit,
they were
right?
They had to
And
go.
he's just
find
like, can
her.
I just enjoy not having to
The
worry
silence.
about
Give me-
shit?
Give me the silence for a moment.
Tries
Yeah,
to kick back, falls.
love it. Let's see. What is this? Is this when they the other one gets the money left at the front desk? What
Yeah, Sly's dad makes him leave the money.
is that?
And they
Is
think
that where
it's-
we're at? Am
I think
wrong?
so. And then they think it's a bribe.
Yes.
Sly, get it? Because they're sly. The writing in this movie is actually really good.
It's funny,
if you,
dude. It's got
if
a
like
lot
you
of
broke
funny
it down,
stuff,
like
yeah.
all of the little bits pay off.
Oh shit. Okay. I mean, we're roughly in the right spot, but do you know what we did forget?
What did we miss?
The second song.
Oh,
The second song.
The-
The Jamaican
the steel
Steel
drums
drum.
and shit. Where
gave me back to the beach vibes
It
for some
did.
reason. Did you not? Were you not like, is Annette about to come out?
right?
Where's Annette Funicello?
Ooh, where's that movie? Bette Midler and Annette fucking dude. That'd be great.
But did you not have those vibes right
did.
there? Yeah.
And the random ass scene with Dr. J.
Dr.
where
J
he's
sees
like,
it. Yeah.
He's like, and drops his hot
For
dog.
no reason.
None.
Doesn't affect anything.
Nothing.
Him seeing this
I guess-
version of her.
Makes him like.
Maybe he
Sadie
was like,
more?
I'll rethink
Maybe I'll
my
reconsider
relationship.
because that
Yeah.
was his whole point for breaking up with Rose was because he couldn't stand Sadie.
That's right. Maybe that is what it. Maybe that
Yeah,
is
he's
what
like,
it's
oh,
about.
maybe she's not an asshole. I can deal with being around her.
Now we got to deal with. So we'll jump to that night then, right? We've dealt with a lot of it. We might again, guys. I'm sorry. Some of this might be out of place.
This movie
It's real.
jumps
It
around.
jumps around so
fucking
much. And I'm not trying to read every line.
Every
of
note. I
note.
took
Yeah.
such detailed notes. I'm like,
but again,
why?
well,
why
we
did
do
I
that
do
just
that?
to keep up with where we're at. That's why.
Yeah.
Because we knew it was going to be hard. But the problem is having detailed notes is unless you want to sit and really dial down and read,
All right,
you still
everybody,
can't.
just hold on. We're gonna do a reading. From,
No, yeah,
from
see,
the notebook.
not happening. Not happening. But so at this point though, we can go ahead and deal with like 2 scenes at least. That's what. How about we'll do it by
Yeah,
that.
there we go. That works.
Rune makes it to the city on
Finally.
Broadway.
I love it. I have that in my notes. I was like, Rune on Broadway. And he's fucking going through, and it's just like hookers and porn shops. That
True
one-
old school New York
That one
City.
hooker chases him down. He like trying to walk away, and she's just like, "No, bitch, come back."
The other thing we need to make sure we talk about is, again, because of the scene where Dr. J saw the other Sadie, he was now like, oh, I'm going to double down. He runs to the hotel with a ring
Yeah,
to give to Rose. He's now ready to propose.
it's the wrong Rose though.
He gives it to the wrong Rose.
She
and
thinks
she's
it's
like,
another bribe,
no,
right?
she's so happy with herself. She's thrilled with
Yeah,
herself.
she's like, "Ha, I got him. You ain't gonna get me, motherfuckers."
oh, which definitely means you were right about the other bribe. That had to have happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
this was the second time she thought she
Was
won
getting
over them
bribed.
on a bribe, right? So yeah, the first time, the only thing we really need to talk about is because it was cash from the kid.
And that's the only point to that is that's how poor Sadie buys the dress later.
Yes,
is
she
she pockets some of it,
some of it.
or well, cleavages some of it anyway.
Yeah. So at this point though, there have been 2 supposed bribes, neither bribes. Nobody was
Right.
trying to bribe them anyway.
They were so innocent, both of them.
But so she has convinced herself she knows this company is crooked. They are.
They really
But
are.
her
I mean,
evidence,
she's not
her
wrong.
evidence is flawed. Her evidence is flawed. Everything else
Does it matter?
No,
if you get
not
to
at
the
all.
right conclusion, does it matter?
Not at all. I'm just saying. We need to address it. That's
They're all
true.
assholes. Fuck them.
Yeah, at this point though, everybody starts to get really, really confused, right? This is where the confusion really starts to set in because we start to see too much
Yep.
of the interactions of the different ones. The main person showing off the confusion, that homeless guy we talked about, right?
Poor Red.
This dude,
He's been outside the building the whole time.
so confused by every time he sees multiple. I don't even know. I think we forgot to mention him on record. I think this is the first time we're mentioning him on episode.
He keeps seeing both versions of people, and it keeps fucking with him. And
He's
then,
like, well, like, because nobody else is acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Like, people he knows are seeing it, and he's just like, what?
I can't be the only one. Fred Ward finally gets to the hotel, and he flat out tells him, he's like, if you stand out here long enough,
You'll see
you'll
yourself.
see yourself come out. And
There's-
Fred Ward's just like, all right, buddy, cool.
There's two of everybody.
I've seen it.
Happened to me once. This guy, dude. I
Right.
love this guy.
He's the best joke in the entire movie.
Uh,
Takes the entire movie to pay off, but it's awesome.
but yeah, when Rune gets to the hotel, this is where Mac's confusion hilarity really starts, right? Dude, like every scene with Rune and Graham and Chuck
Yeah.
is
So
golden.
It's
right?
so good.
So he first shows up, he sees wrong Rose.
Yeah.
He sees Rich Rose, and he's like, he thinks it's his. He runs to the window. He's banging on the window.
She's
She's
like,
literally she's talking to like the saleswoman and is like, I don't fucking know
I
that
don't
guy.
know who that is. Cool.
He runs inside, scares the bejesus. I thought she was gonna bring out a taser
Right.
or some shit.
If it was a few years later, it would have been. She'd have pulled the mace out.
Yeah, so at this point though, Rune is like, no, you gotta listen to me. I love you. I want to get married.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think. I know you. She at first is very worried.
Yeah, because
right?
creepy guy from nowhere, but then he just starts telling her like everything
no,
she wants to hear.
No, that doesn't even happen yet. She
Oh, that's
runs.
at the sushi restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
she runs and sees Graham and Chuck in the hotel. Is like, you guys have to save me.
This creepy guy fucking following me.
I don't know what the deal is. I can't deal with this. I can't handle this. This is where again, this is where the comedy is perfect, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my name's Rune. I'm from Jupiter Hollow.
Oh.
I was born there. First time she says it. And again, adds to the comedy.
Yep.
Because he goes,
Of course you were.
you're proud of
I'm
it.
proud of it too.
Perfect, dude. Because again, nobody gets the confusion.
Oh, so you must know the rat lifts. Well, yeah, you're standing right in front of one. He thinks they mean her. They think she means him.
Because again, his name is Rune.
R. Ratliff. Because that's what Graham says.
Yes.
He's like, he's R. Ratliff.
Get it? He's having a good prank on
All
us.
we got to do is keep him busy until Sadie can deal with this shit.
So they
right?
take him out to eat after they done been busted for the restaurant once, right?
Right.
And this time Sadie sees him again and they're like, no, listen.
Get your ass out here. Did you fucking go to work? God damn it.
Listen, we're working this time. We got him out here. We're trying to keep him from fucking things up. And she's just like, good. You do that. You keep him on it. You keep him fucking away from everything. So that way because again, they all think this is our rat.
Yep.
They think
They
he's here
think
to
he's
mess
the
everything
guy.
up. But at dinner, like you were saying though, she slowly gets swooned over, right?
Because he says everything she's ever
Well, and
wanted to hear.
The beauty is it's not even on purpose, right?
No,
'Cause
it's
some of the
just
stuff
him.
he said, well, no, some of the stuff is because like he is meaning it differently than she's taking it. Because some of the stuff, like he says to her, she says, how do you know that? Because I know you. He didn't mean that in a deep way. He meant because he thinks
I've
this
known
is
you
the
my
road.
whole life.
Yes. It's a thing that sounded deep to her.
Cut to her brain. It's just like, oh my God, it's like a romance novel.
Yes, but it was not. It was just.
He's
cool.
just like, fuck, we went to grade school together.
Yes,
What are you talking
yes.
about?
It's the beauty.
You
of that
have
moment.
often told me this.
It's so perfect. It's so beautiful, right?
I like it. He's just like the sushi, though. Yeah. Why don't you go put some more fire on this?
Well, you gotta have jokes like that when you're from the country.
Graham, and she's like, man, he is smooth because he does that whole country fucking politeness.
The poem. He ends this little date at the sushi restaurant with this. They're like, he goes, look, I've been away from Jupiter Hollow for not even one whole day.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I miss it so much. I couldn't stand it. I don't understand how you've been gone this long. She's been gone 2 days. Yeah. Well, not her, but the one he thinks is there. 2 days. And then they're like, what do you miss so much about it? This man drops poetry. This man drops some Dead Poet Society level poetry.
Graham and Chuck are over here like, oh, man, I kind of want to live there now. Fuck.
Everybody is on board. She's on board.
Yeah, she's like, I will marry you right now.
Well, again, and he does. He pulls out the ring. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on, but she says, okay.
Yeah, whatever. Cool.
Whatever you have to say. The Graham and Chuck are trying to remind her, like, he is the enemy.
He is a con man. He's trying to screw us over.
She's like, but he has such a gentle way about what he's saying.
You don't know he's a con man. Shut up.
Do you even have a place to stay? No, I can't. I took the train straight over here to the Y to find him, and then here.
You can stay with us. It's fine. Dude, Chuck was way too into it. Yes. Chuck was way too in. He was like, yes, and definitely.
For the fact that we find out, again, it's not been blatant yet, but once we get to the hotel room, the
Fire Island comment.
Well, well, again, that doesn't happen
really solidified it.
But I mean, not even just that they are gay. The fact that they are a couple.
Yeah.
That's not made clear
not until like
literally
right
that
now.
He says the bed, like we were going to share the bed, right? So again, like the fact that the way it was at dinner is the way it is made worse once you realize they're a couple.
Like, oh, they're dating.
Because you're like, damn, dude, Chuck, you said that shit out loud. That's
no wonder
offensive.
Chuck was so fucking pissy about it.
Graham was
Graham, my bad.
Chuck said the offensive stuff. Chuck's the little guy. Graham's the tall guy.
Richie Rich's dad.
Yeah, Graham, tall guy. Yeah, Richie Rich. Yeah. Yeah, Chuck is the offensive one. Chuck says a lot of offensive stuff, technically. It gets worse.
Chuck's the horny one.
It gets worse right here. So again, we'll focus on this before we go to other people.
I get it. Fred Ward is in like unusually good shape for this movie.
Doing the push-ups,
right?
Dude's like
veins coming out of his fucking arms and shit. Chuck's just like, oh my god.
And he stands up and he's like, so you guys are going to sleep together in a bed? You think he's about to do the thing that we all think he's about to do.
You guys queer? He's going to freak out about it.
He just goes, y'all don't have to do that.
That's that, man. I feel bad about that and y'all having to shuck up like
I'll
that.
do that. One of you can take the couch. And you're like, well, why are you offering
Chuck
the couch?
Immediately. Yeah, I like that idea. That's totally fine.
Graham, angry.
No, we are not doing.
He was angry about this suggestion.
He did not like how attracted Chuck was to fucking Rune.
So that's how their night went.
He never picks up on that they're gay, though. I think that's the best part. He never picks up on it.
Then, if we want to go from there, we have Rich Sadie. Again, her whole move, we can sum up all of her for the movie just having flirty times with Fabio.
Yep.
Right? That's it.
Sexy innuendos.
She punches the dude. You already mentioned.
Oh yeah, the desk clerk because of that whole
misreading
misunderstanding.
But again, even that was on way to
hook
Fabio
up with the fucking Italian dude.
So again, her whole movie, Rich Sadie is just hooking up with Fabio.
Italian guy's whole plan went perfectly, except for that one little hitch.
Except for actually buying the company.
Right.
Everything else, perfect.
Accidentally hands the contract to the wrong Sadie.
Poor Sadie. Again, we already addressed this. She had her run in with Dr. J. She thought it was a bribe. She went back. She's proud of herself.
Yeah, she is.
She's ready to tackle the next day. We do have to address poor Sadie runs into. I said poor Sadie before. Poor Rose. Poor Rose is the one who doesn't. She ran into Dr. J.
Yeah.
Poor Sadie runs into Jason's dad again.
Yep.
Or the ex-husband.
Like 2 seconds after she runs into
no, that's what I was going to say.
And she's just like...
and gets handed the most important documents of her life. Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, it's fucking Seth Green's dad and shit. And he's asking her out for coffee. And she's just like, damn, the men in this town are nice.
I do appreciate that she was more
She was definitely way more into Seth Green's dad. Yeah.
Than she was Fabio.
Yeah. I mean,
I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong.
Exotic Italian man's nice, but I get the guy seems like an actually like
he's still
nice
a rich dude. You can still tell.
Yeah, he's still got money.
So he's still out of my league.
He got the rolled up blazer jacket.
But at least he's more of a normal dude than Fabio, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Fabio's evil rich guy. This guy maybe was poor at one point
and married rich, and now he's the one that left that relationship better, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the opposite.
He's getting the alimony,
right? Maybe. Well, he takes care of the kid.
Yeah, there you go.
Just saying. Yeah, so that's basically that whole night, right? That's everything that we deal with that night. Other than the opening of the documents, right? Like she's like, "What is that? Where'd you?"
Yeah, poor
poor Rose and poor Sadie. She's like, "Where'd you get those papers?"
Oh, the Italian dude from the airport gave them to me.
What do you mean?
He just gave them to me.
And this is
where we finally find out the strip mining.
The movie is almost over.
Dude, no, it's like there's seriously like 20 minutes left of this movie.
It's like I think it's 20 minutes with credits. Like, it's like 10 minutes left of the movie or something.
They finally find out about the strip mining plan.
And they're like,
remember back in the beginning of the movie, the mine?
And Rich Rose has been thinking it the whole time. She just never had anything concrete.
Yeah, she's been like suspicious. Because she keeps getting
But now we finally get, as the viewer and as people in the movie, get confirmation.
It's like, oh, fuck, this is actually the plan. We got this whole pamphlet of papers.
And so now it's like, we got to kick this into overdrive. We really have to stop this from happening, right?
Yep, we're going to go next day. We're going to go board meeting.
We're going to stop this.
Yep.
First, breakfast.
Yep. Pancakes.
We got to have a few more
we gotta have a few
jokes
more
here, right?
Switching shenanigans.
Right? So she has breakfast. We got to be very specific.
The
poor Rose has breakfast.
Yeah.
When she has breakfast, it's with her not real. It's with poor Sadie.
God damn it.
Right? No, it's weird. But so it's with poor Sadie. When she starts off with breakfast, and the poor Sadie pours the boysenberry syrup on herself.
Oh no, such an accident. I must go change. It's all just an excuse to buy the dress.
Right.
The polka dot dress that's been just in the background
and
of
so
the whole movie.
And so she leaves to go buy this dress. There's the brief moment where, again, they should have seen each other.
They're right
again.
They're right next
Glass
to each other.
reflections. They just thought they were seeing each
other. But still, like, it seems like well, that person looks a lot like me.
But so then we have rich Sadie goes into the same breakfast, runs into poor Rose, and she's like, they have a conversation where they don't.
Because she's wearing the different outfit. Yeah, she's like, what the hell?
Well,
you
they
look
don't
like
really
a
understand
warden.
each other. Like, it's one of those beautiful, like, coincidental conversations
where you're acting weird.
It works It works both ways, even though they don't realize that it's two different conversations.
Works both ways.
Leave me alone. I already worked past it. Let's keep going.
Too much fear. I can't.
But yeah, so it was perfect, right? Like,
it was
the way they did that.
I like
the clothing though is good because she said she was changing, and she was just
like you work for a prison or whatever.
Yeah, you look like you work for private security. I don't remember. Yeah,
she whispered to you.
Yeah,
she's like, you look like you work at a prison.
Yeah,
and she was embarrassed about it.
Embarrassed,
and Rich Sadie's just like, all right, bitch, I'll go buy a new fucking dress.
Because she also just eyed the other one, so she already knew what she was doing too. She was like,
I love this. She goes in to buy it, and she's like, I need one in my size. It's a 3, and the clerk just kind of stares at her like, oh, bitch, no, you ain't no dad. Just keep
6. Find a 9.
There you go. Let's be honest.
Can we also address the fact that the one person that was working at that store definitely saw the same woman twice?
Who just bought that same dress.
Kudos to that bitch, because she was just trying to make the money. She was
confused.
She's like, I don't understand what's happening here, but I'll make commission twice.
Right? It's like, fine, whatever. You want to buy the same dress twice.
But again, it was just to add to the moment of like everybody can get like confused about who's where, right? Then we have the other Rose. We have the rich Rose. She shows up to breakfast and she's like, has my sister been here? The people in the restaurant are confused as shit. Yes.
You just left with her.
I've seen your sister twice and you all have left this restaurant.
Are you going to get pancakes again?
I would love pancakes.
Oh, all right, I guess.
Genetic connection to pancakes.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just
If you have a certain genome, you will only eat pancakes in the morning. Science.
At this point, though, we are full on ready for everything to finally hit the fan, right?
Right.
Like, so, like, finally, the other Sadie comes in. She sits down. It's the wrong Sadie with the wrong Rose, right?
They've
so
switched teams.
We have
here.
poor Rose and rich Sadie are sitting down at the table together, and they think they are with the right partners.
Yep.
Right.
We're gonna go off to that meeting, and we're going.
Or is that
set
the right
things
one?
Right.
Or is this no? This is rich Rose and poor Sadie. Right, because poor Sadie is like,
yeah.
She's like, no, we're gonna take him down. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it'll be all fine. And she's like, oh wow, I can't believe we're.
I guess
like,
you're right.
Cool, you're actually with me on this.
I can't believe that you changed your mind. Yeah, but the point though is they all go to the bathroom.
You gotta go to the toilet. Don't say toilet. It's TT.
While this is going
on,
Rune was already telling the other people, like, you guys want to meet this other Ratliff? I'm telling you right now, you follow me, I'll show you.
Yeah, I know where they are. They're down here. They're probably having breakfast right now.
And so they're standing outside the bathroom. They're all waiting. Nobody knows what the fuck is about to happen.
I
right?
like Chuck. Chuck's just like, this is my whole career. I went to Harvard, and now I'm stalking the fucking bathroom. 6 seconds, man. 6 more seconds, and we got these fucking bitches. Just
listen.
Stay here.
They go into the bathroom, each their own. Right again, wrong paired.
This is my favorite part.
This is so great because they're again wrong paired.
Yeah, wrong.
They
paired.
don't even know that they're wrong paired right now. They think that
it's
they're with
super
their.
mixed
They
up.
think they're with the sibling they grew up
right
with right now. They each go to the bathrooms. Whatever. Then they walk out. And we finally get they're going to see each other.
The mirror gimmick.
They think because the whole room is a mirror.
Yeah.
Until the very last step, and it's not.
Yep.
And so they're seeing themselves the whole walk down, and they get to the end, and it's the whole like prank of where they start doing the same movement, and then finally, did you notice that?
Yep.
When they do the nose, the one didn't.
It's on her chin,
hand didn't
one
make
is
it
on
up
her
that high
nose.
yet. She was going for the nose, and she noticed that it wasn't.
That's why
She was like,
super freaked out.
No, she was like, my hand's not at my nose yet.
That's why she went to the extreme. She was like, all right, if I shake my tits, right?
Yes.
She does the whole fucking.
This is so funny. Then they do a full on like crazy moment.
both
Nobody
of them
can
do.
match it up, right? And
No.
then they don't. And they're finally like, grab the nose, honk honk. Oh shit! Scream. Other sister comes running, and then they're like, oh, what the fuck is happening?
It's clones, another pod people.
You're not my sister. You're the
Oh
other
fuck!
one.
Thank God they do the whole fucking switch.
They do the.
All right, for this scene right here, did you think the blue screen was actually really good?
It was
for the whole
certainly
switching
well,
bit?
certainly for the time period,
Right?
too.
Like
Yeah,
every other time in the movie, the blue screening has been like they've had like a halo around them.
Most of this.
Did
is
they
good.
get body doubles? You think for
No,
the
no,
whole like
nope.
switching around?
No, it was always
Somebody just took their
I'm
time?
almost positive that yeah, this is good. They finally swap back. They're with their respective
Their proper
respective
units.
siblings, right? They're ready to finally be like, okay, so we've got this figured out. Then they start walking out of the bathroom. I love this. I hope that I'm me.
Oh, I know that I'm just not me. Boo hoo.
We gotta get this figured out. Who's who? And again, they just meant like we need to know who's
actually
a
sisters
Ratliff.
here.
Well, no, they know that. You look exactly like somebody. You know who.
I don't know. They might have to think
No,
about it.
only one. Only Rich Rose would have
to
that
think
thought,
about it.
right? Every one of the rest of them are
Sitting here
intelligent
just-
enough. Yeah. The rest of them are all intelligent.
Oh,
well,
she's
and
like-
she's the one that said she didn't know if she was she.
Right.
So it makes sense.
Am I me? I hope so.
But yeah, so again, like they all know who's who, but they were insinuating they didn't automatically know who was a Shelton and who was a Ratliff,
Yeah.
right? Like they don't know if the two Bettes
Yeah,
are Sheltons.
that could have been like just switched around.
Now, that
all
being
the way.
said, if you have eyes, you know, right? Because
Yeah.
clearly Lily Tomlin looks like the Ratliff mom.
Yeah.
Iona Ratliff.
yeah, there you go. Way to pull that name from fucking nowhere, dude.
You're
We're
welcome.
like 2 hours past the beginning
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
even
movie.
know when the last time I seen
Fuck
that
yeah.
in my notes. I don't think I even said it the first
I don't
time.
think you did either.
But yeah, Iona. She clearly looks like Iona, and the
Yeah.
other one clearly looks like the mom.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, the Shelton.
Miss Scarlet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good callback.
She looks like that.
But yeah, so that's clearly, we don't even really need to investigate that.
I like how by the time they walk out of the bathroom, they're just like, we're sisters.
No, everybody.
We're fine.
They're like, they act like they're now just a 4 pair of sisters,
Yeah,
right?
we're totally set.
Fuck
We're good.
everything. Because of the way we grew up, the only way to move forward is if we all are a giant family.
Yep, we just accept all of it. We're 20 sisters.
In all
now.
fairness, when they get onto the elevator, 3 out of the 4 are on board with this thought.
Yep, except for Rich Sadie. She's like, yeah, whatever, fine.
She's a fucktard.
I am still gonna sell you all the fuck out. I want that goddamn money.
She has too much of her mama in her.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, I will at least give the other Sadie, at least is the clearly, like, the dad was a good human being. He was the rich one, but he was a good human being.
Oh yeah. The only reason he bought it is because you're not gonna see.
He wanted to say family.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So again, he was a decent guy.
It was her mom that was the bitch.
And that's clearly who Rich Sadie takes after. Because she is horrible. She's a horrible human being. Because they're like, you're going to clearly help Jupiter Crossing, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fine. You guys to go off to Elaine's and see the Empire State Building, and I'll take care of it.
Right?
Yeah, Statue of Liberty.
And then finally they're like, you're not.
Yeah, fuck you. You're not doing that. You're full of shit.
You're lying to us.
Oh, you really think I would do that? They look at Rich Rose.
The 2 roses, when they get out of this elevator, the 2 roses, dude. The first, it's the snake. She does the rattle. She goes, you're just being a little snake. I know what you're doing. I see you. Right? And then
you're going to go in there and you're going to fuck us over while we're out seeing the sights.
She pins the one arm to the wall and she turns and she does not yell for her sister.
She
yells for the other Rose. She said, Rosie. Because again, they're siblings, right?
The bond is real.
Rosie, you got to help me, Rosie. Help me.
Oh, I just have to help. And she goes,
Sadie, I got to tell you something. Shoves her arm.
Shoves her up against the fucking wall.
So good, dude. And then
you bitch, what are you doing?
But so they're like, well, we're going to do this meeting.
Sadie, poor Sadie, I got you. Help me out.
It was going to be the 2 rat lifts. At first, that's what was about to happen, right?
Yep.
We see the 2 rat lifts were about to be the ones that were going to walk into the meeting. And then last second,
no, you can't
the Rich Rose goes, whoa.
Yeah, no, Sadie's the one that does all the talking.
They're not going to buy this, and you need me. Because you need someone that's going to believe. Like, I know what's happening. I know the people. Right? Like, you can't be the 2 of you.
Yeah, so poor Sadie, or poor Rose, you sit here, watch Rich Sadie. We're going to go into the board stockholders meeting or whatever.
And fix this.
And do my very best Joan Collins
impression. We skipped over the fact that happened earlier. Yeah, she has an obsession with this one TV show episode with Joan Collins fighting a merger. So it perfectly
fits. Now, if you people don't do what I want, I am more than willing to fire every one of you and replace you with someone who will.
And so she does. She goes out. She has her
damnedest.
has her moment, has the speech. But then some people start standing up. We were going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, isn't that the whole reason we're here?
This is the 80s in Reaganomics, and I want my cash.
I invested a lot in this. I expect a return. God damn it.
And then we get a speech again, just like the Rune speech, right?
Yeah.
This was one of those speeches. She gives this speech and she's like, "We got to do it. We got to do it. We got to save the people."
Finally, fucking Rich Rose finds her like spine,
and then she ends it with and save our asses. Or save your asses.
Do it to save your own asses. And the rest of them are like, oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Like, nothing mattered to them.
We can't be having a bunch of rednecks up here protesting. That makes us look bad.
We can't have 500 rednecks here like we had them 500 Santas here. We gotta...
Yeah, imagine they show up in their pickup trucks and RVs and tractors.
And so they save the day. End of the movie. Basically. All that's left...
No, they walk out to the lobby. All of the men are just like... with each other. They've never spoken to each other. Well, they're just all waiting for the women to come out.
And again, as I pointed out to you and we saw, and I'll at least give them, they did not insinuate a relationship already. But the insinuation of automatic pairing of Dr. J with poor Rose, despite the fact them never having a real conversation. The first time,
like, get the fuck away from me with your goddamn bribery.
That's a Shakespearean way.
Yeah,
right?
They're happy, so they got married.
Right? Like, it's weird, right? We can address that.
The ending makes more sense once you tell me it was a Shakespeare thing. I was like, oh, yeah,
because this shit just all of it's kind of messed up. Because, again, we've got fucking Fabio and Rich Sadie. They're the bad guys.
But they're the couple that makes the most sense, though.
They leave the
They
building.
they feel like the most compatible.
They leave the building first.
I know.
It's insane.
They
dude.
totally got away with everything they were trying to do.
Well, they didn't get money.
No
but
consequences.
No consequences.
Cops didn't
yeah.
get called. You know,
It's insane.
They're just gonna go party on a yacht. Totally.
Nobody's
fine.
even calling him out on being a frack miner.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
It's totally
It's
fine.
all fine. Whatever. But so then we get we get Rune. We get Rune and Rich Rose. They pair off because again, he has the life she wants.
Yep. The picket
thing
fence,
she's longed for.
farm life.
We have poor Sadie ends up with the ex-husband of rich Sadie. So
Which is weird because she's like the
she's stepmom to a kid who she looks like the biological mom of, and technically shares the DNA.
Yeah, she's like I'm stepmom to my sister's kid.
Genetically, she is his mom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Genetically, it's the same.
So weird. Could we have switched this up just a little bit more?
No.
Could
It's
poor
bizarre.
Sadie have went with Dr. J?
Nope.
And
No, because we have to have Dr. J's the weirdest one, because that's the last one that leaves the building. Dr. J looks at and they're like, he literally is like, I don't know if you remember me. You thought I bribed you.
yeah, remember I brought you the ring.
How
and
about I
you
take
thought
you
I
out to
was
coffee?
weird?
And she's just like, sure. She's like, I'm floating on cloud
Yeah,
nine.
like I just won, so whatever, man. Let's go. Pizza and
times.
coffee? Fuck yeah.
Happy times.
In credits, dude. I mean, it's just
That's
over.
literally it. There's none of that like 2 years later.
No, it's just over.
Because that's how a Shakespeare play would end.
It does. It just fucking ends.
Everybody's happy, so comedy. Everybody married, comedy.
It's a happy ending. Everybody
Yeah.
got married, right?
All right, guys. I would look. This beer isn't that strong, but we've had maybe a couple weeks of lighter beers. I think.
it's really
don't know
good.
about you, but it did a number.
Yeah,
I feel
it's hit me
good.
a little bit.
I feel
feel
pretty
good,
good right
dude.
now. We definitely got lost.
And the
we
nostalgia.
Yeah,
We're riding a high right
I
now,
feel like
man.
the childhood took over at some point, and it made it harder to focus on things. Right.
I can smell the popcorn in Mama's living room, right?
So, guys, we're sorry if this is maybe our least listenable to episode. That being said, it was the most enjoyable for us, right? Like, I had a lot of fun.
We meandered, we went back and forth, but we had a good time.
On that note, this beer was great.
Yeah, it was. Outerbelt Brewing.
Dude, the coffee.
Morning commute. No, the coffee super comes through.
Dude,
It's like coffee and cream.
the head. Yes, I was going to say the head perfectly creamed.
Yes.
It was like tasted
like an espresso with the crema
dude, yeah,
that comes on top.
Yeah, this was delicious, guys. This was our second week in a row. I love the clover leaf.
I'm kind of hoping. I'm kind
this
of
is
hoping next
better.
time we go look, we'll find another.
Well, we're about to.
Outerbelt Brewing.
Yeah, we're about to. We got
Yep, got another trip coming up.
So yeah, I hope so too.
I'm gonna look because I've liked both of them so far.
But yeah, guys, this was great. Definitely check out Outerbelt. 2 weeks in a row. Love both of them.
Fantastic.
Gotta give them a try. Next week though.
Next week, a little closer to home, right?
Where at?
Our favorite fucking brewing company here in our own town, Sawstone. We're gonna be doing Basket Case.
IPA.
Yeah, double IPA.
Well, I think the name is just Basket Case
Basket Case
IPA, but it is a double IPA.
And we're gonna be doing, of course, Basket Case, the lovely movie. It's a great story of the love between two brothers. It's a heartwarming tale.
It's a B movie horror classic.
No, it's great. Shut up.
I said classic.
That makes it better.
I still said it was
I
classic.
said classic.
Yeah.
It nullifies everything else. It's trash. It's shit, but it's a classic.
B movie doesn't mean trash.
No,
or
it's
shit.
great. I love this fucking shit. Basket Case next week. Look out for it.
All right. We are officially finished here, man.
Are
You
we
got anything
done?
you want to hit him with?
Like, comment, subscribe, share, especially on our Facebook.
Yes, we're still trying to hit that 500.
We need that 500 so we can make
So
some
close.
beer money.
So close.
Other than that, dude, adieu to keep in the Shakespeare theme. rat live.